Oh heck. Oh heck. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Index. How was your stream?
It was good. How are you?
Oh
I was waiting for you to stream so that I could go and raid you.
heck. Thanks, Index. Thank you for the raid.
Bring all my peoples with me.
Looks like you did pretty well too.
Yeah. People like to watch me die on the inside. People want to watch me die on the inside. Also, I got a lot of stuff done today. I put up a sticker on my Ko-fi shop.
Nice. Congratulations, Jelly, for being first.
What? Damn it, Jelly.
Index mixed her chance.
I keep forgetting to do that.
Yeah, I saw you got a lot of subs. I'm glad.
Yeah, I was legitimately surprised. I was legitimately a little surprised there. I was surprised.
See, I told you people love you.
I know. But I know.
I know.
I know, but this makes me sad. A lot of people like the sound effects though too.
The ones you just put up.
Yeah. Dicks. I'm sorry I exist, everyone.
We love you, Index. Aw, see, I told you.
Aw, thank you, Blue Lantern.
Now you're gonna want to stream all the time now, huh?
Yeah.
But welcome, everybody. We're gonna read some Higurashi.
Higurashi.
It's kind of brutal, so disclaimer.
Yeah,
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer: if you're squeamish, go away.
Yeah, lots of
I love you, but it's
of violence and gore in this. Last year in particular.
I do have to tell you really quick that one, I've been streaming for over 4 hours, so I have to go to the bathroom.
You do that.
And go get some water, and I'll be right back.
But
I brought you people.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye. Shut up.
Already got you doing that, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna get the game started right now. While Index is getting her drinky drink. I thought this was a family-friendly channel. I don't know. Who told you that, Jelly? Let me make sure this is capture. Yes, it is. Excellent. Yeah. Oh, you can hear me through index. Ah! What the? There you go. I was wondering if the sound alerts are freezing up. I got rid of the Benny Hill and John Cena because of copyright shit. I don't want to get bitched at. So I figured anime girl clips would be fine. Hopefully. I don't get DMCA'd over that shit too, god damn it. You have the label back. Oh, fuck! Okay, I'll go fix that later. Ever hear someone say baka and think they sound like a chicken? All the time. All the time. Baka, 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 baka. But yeah, I'm sure Elise will love those fucking redeems. I was gonna add stickers too, but it's gonna take me a while to fucking fiddle around with that, so I didn't have enough time to do it today. But soon. Soon. Welcome, Ashley. How you doing? How's it going? Welcome, Elise. Welcome, Jelly. Welcome to Blue Lantern. Thank you all for supporting Index in her streaming. She's been rather hesitant to start streaming again, so I'm glad it's going well for her. Thank you all for making it special for her. I appreciate it. I hope she entertained you all. And I hope she won. You better have won. That's how you make the good first impression with these streams, huh? We never got to see George and Michael's chicken dance from Arrested Development, so I'll assume that this is his noise him saying baka. Doing my homework. Oh, good luck on your homework, Ashley. And you, O Great Emperor. Well, hello, Blue Lantern. But yeah, now we're gonna do some Higurashi whenever Index gets her drinky drink and probably peas, like no tomorrow. English homework. Oh, it should be easy. You already know English, don't you? Well, for the most part, don't you? Yeah. I see. You have my condolences. Uh-oh. It's because I have to write like 5 pages of PDF. Oh, Jesus. Oh, dang. So Index win her games? She better have, or I'll be disappointed. Better have won like every fucking one of them. You get the pentakill, whatever the fuck. I haven't played that in a long time. You have literature in Spanish? Nice. Let's go ahead and start save file. Load this up. Did we read the tip? Yes, we did. Looks like Kate, she's talking on the phone. Ask your teacher if watching English speakers counts as extra credit. Would they really do that? Maybe. That's interesting. I never thought about that. Not for college? Oh. Only high school, I think. Only high school, huh? I hate my teacher. He's a bad teacher. He don't know how to teach English. Oh, that's not good.
I'm sorry it took forever.
You had to pee.
I had to coax. No, I had to coax my cat out of the bathroom.
You had to what?
My cat was in the bathroom and he didn't want to get out of the bathroom.
Oh, just let him stay in there.
I can't.
Wait, you don't like him watching you?
No, I just don't like him being in the bathroom by himself because I closed the door for stream and he really only goes between us in that room.
Okay, you're talking about leaving the bathroom. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I'd feel so bad. Okay.
All right.
Penguin.
Hmm.
But you gotta share with me.
There. Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
No, Index, you don't get to share.
Who's speaking to me?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I just left League open and people were texting me
Oops.
through League. They're like, "Come play with me."
I would be so mad if you're playing legal or doing this. I'd be like, Index! Index!
I know you would. I know you would. Because I get
Index!
so heated playing League.
It's like you'd be trying to play while fucking reading this shit? No way. Alright. I should apologize, Rena. I don't think I believed you. I'm really sorry about that. Okay, so we left off. Rena was being followed by these weird fuckers, sketchy fuckers in a white van.
Yeah.
And then, at first, Keiichi was like, oh, you're thinking shit.
They were offering kitten shop candy.
Yeah. In their white van. And then Keiichi stumbled on them. And they're just like, have you seen a girl around here? And they're like, he's like, no. And he's like, oh, okay, never mind. Not shady at all.
Super not shady, everybody.
Not
super not shady. Not shady at all. No, nothing shady here. It's okay, Keiichi-kun. I'm glad we didn't get caught.
Who are they? Are they pawns of those religious fanatics who are trying to revive the cult of Orishiro-sama?
I think they don't realize they're pawns. But I'm sure the masterminds are using them as such. You know, something I've noticed about this is there's a lot of conspiracy theories in this
chapter in particular.
In this anime. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I've got a lot of conspiracy theories.
Conspiracies.
They must be the ones who want to be pulling the strings behind the scenes. They must be the ones who've been pulling the strings behind the scenes ever since the dam conflict.
Pulling the strings behind the scenes? That kind of rhymes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I heard
the correct response to "Have you seen a girl around here?" is "Yeah, your mom last night."
That's oh shit. That's gold. I wish he'd said that. I heard that people working for the Sonozaki family did something similar during the dam conflict itself.
Yes. Everyone knows that. Iyashi-san told me that there was a kidnapping incident during the dam conflict. The case hasn't been disclosed to the public, but anyway, someone kidnapped the grandson of the minister of the construction and coerced the minister into promising to put a halt on the dam construction.
The grandson of the minister was kidnapped? Hey, I've never heard about that before.
The minister submitted to their demands, and they made a deal behind the scenes. That's why the incident never went public. Iyashi-san knows about it, because he was in charge of the case.
Okay. And
according to Iyashi-san, between the kidnapping Between kidnapping the minister's grandson and blackmailing him, their tactics were frequently advanced. The police know that the Sonozaki family gave orders to the kidnappers, but the case still remains unsolved. Ah!
What?
Oh, Joey used my I like chocolate milk.
What?
Oh, that emote. It's supposed to be reminiscent of cheese.
Oh.
From I like chocolate milk. Or his son. At that time, the head of the Sonozaki family, Oryu, had I'm getting super tongue-tied. Had announced a plan to fight against the dam project by force. She even forced a special attack a special attack corps, using the Yakuza group that was under the Sonozaki's command. She was very serious about this plan to put the Ministry of Construction down by brute force if she couldn't stop the construction. Yari yari does it.
Everybody knows that the Sonozaki family had tried to stop the dam project, even if it meant breaking the law. So I wasn't surprised to hear that she had a dangerous plan like that. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Mion who came up with the idea. The plan sounded just like her.
In the end, the plan ended as nothing more than that, but the Special Attack Corps actually did undergo training, and very high-level training at that.
Oishi had uncovered the information right after the dam conflict ended. At the time, Oryo even said that if the village was going to be submerged, all members of the Onagafuchi Guardians would choose to stay in their houses and drown. Jesus. So because Oryo was behind those things, I just couldn't laugh off the idea of an armed assault on the Ministry of Construction. According to the information Oishi seized, she planned to use a suicide mission as a last resort when the dam conflict started to heat up, in case the resistance wasn't successful. It actually obtained weapons and put people through training for the sake of that plan.
Crazy.
Hey, Elise, welcome. Sorry, Melody, welcome.
Welcome.
The Special Attack Corps were flown to America, having received a huge amount of money from Oryo for the operation. Oryu. Yeah. In the southern desert of the United States, some retired military soldiers gave them highly professional training. What the fuck? While the plan was never carried out, the Special Attack Corps became a death squad under the direct control of Oryo after they came back from America. They were involved in many unsolved terrorist incidents, and they succeeded in kidnapping the grandson of the minister as well. It sounds like it's from a movie or something.
Do you remember how Mi-chan said that she could do anything from flying helicopters to using wireless radios? It's actually all true. そうですね。It seems like Mi-chan joined in their training.
So that was all true?
Kawaii. That's kind of scary. Let's put that aside for now. Anyway, you have to at least believe that the death squad actually existed in Minazawa, and they're capable of kidnapping the grandson of a government official.
Minister.
Government minister. I know words.
Yeah.
Very good.
Ango, do you know what camel by camel is? No?
Nani?
Camel by camel? What the fuck? Is that a stupid, like, dick joke or something? Like Candace or Ligma or some shit? I'm gonna be really upset if that's what it is. I didn't take a close look at the four men in the white van today, but thinking about it, they did look professional in a way. They're pretending to be just taking a break, but I could tell they were tense the whole time. So, are they really trying to kill you?
I don't think so.
It's the song that's in the Anka Porn Meme? What? I don't know about that meme. You'd have to tell me about it. Or send it to me or something.
If they wanted to kill me, I'd already be dead.
So, what do they want? Are they after the Kano-san's scrapbooks?
I don't know. Like you saw yourself, the group is very cautious. Unless we show them an opening, they won't. They won't resort to force. Hmm. If they were the type to force outright, they could have attacked me in my sleep.
DM that to me on Discord, at least.
That's a scary thought.
They haven't done that yet, so that must mean they're taking it cautiously.
They're probably not sure that I have the scrapbook. I mean, you are a child.
Yeah.
They killed Mio-san and then disposed of them. Eh? But they found out the most important ones were missing. I thought she gave them to someone because she knew her life was in danger. But
Okay, Index?
yeah, I can't read for some reason.
Oh.
Like, my brain legitimately can't read for some reason.
Uh-oh.
Now they think I'm the one who has them. But they're not sure, so they can't resort to violence.
Rena, it sounds like you're playing a dangerous game.
Yeah. I'm a bit scared. But they won't be able to erase me so easily. After all, I'm cooperating with Oishi-san. I've been frequently contacting him in case something happens.
What did he say about them?
He said he'd keep an eye on the Sonozaki family so that he could catch them right away if they were working behind the scenes.
Did you tell him about the scrapbooks?
No, I didn't.
I think you should. He's an officer. I'm sure the police will help you. No, they won't.
Chicken, I couldn't even tell you the secret of this village because I'm not sure you would believe me. I don't think Oishi-san would believe me if I told him any of this.
Rena, let's not make it more confusing than it already is. Just tell me. What is it? What's written in the scrapbooks? What's the secret that killed Mio-san?
Simply put, if the things written in the scrapbook are true, the god they worship will be dethroned.
Their god? Dethroned?
Yes. The sanctity of Oyashi Hirosama will be lost. That's why they want to conceal the truth. That's why they want to restrict people's belief in Oyashi Hirosama.
Rena, can you explain it a little more simply than that? I'm confused.
In other words, Oyashi Hirosama isn't a god.
He isn't? I had no idea what she read that made her so uncertain. So certain, but whatever it was, it'd be sacrilegious for people who believe so strongly in Orishiro-sama.
There are many teachings of Oyashi Hirosama, but the essence is as follows. Don't leave the village. And don't let anybody into the village. No one could even say the rest of the teachings were developed to maintain those two fundamentals. It really wasn't until later on that they added aspects like love your neighbor or viewing him as a god of marriage or prosperity. Blah, 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 blah.
In other words, Orishiro-sama existed solely to stop the villagers from going outside the village. Orishiro-sama doesn't bless the villagers or protect them from disasters. The people believe that Orishiro-sama does all that for him, but the truth is that the people abused his name for that purpose. Generation after generation and nothing more than that. Why did Orishiro-sama descend in the first place? Because demons came out of Onagafuchi's swamp and attacked people?
In fact, that was the wrong interpretation.
Index owns her harem as domestic property.
In fact, that was the wrong interpretation. Demons didn't come out of the swamp and attack people. People became demons and attacked others. When, you're just gonna sit there? Is this how life is?
Can't interrupt you again?
Yeah, he did. Attack others when they were possessed by whatever came out of the swamp.
Whatever came out of the swamp? What do you mean by that? Whatever came out of the swamp possessed people, crawled into their blood, controlled them, and turned them into demons. People had no resistance against whatever it was that came out of the swamp. They became demons, attacked other villagers, and turned them into demons as well. That's right. It was a weird infectious disease that broke out of the swamp, from the swamp, and made the infected people go out of control. The villagers saw this disaster and explained it like so. Evil demons came out of the bottom of the swamp, possessed people, and turned them into demons as well. That is the truth of the story of the demons that came out of Onagafuchi's swamp. It actually explains the legend. So, was Orishiro-sama a doctor that came from a foreign country?
Yes. That's not exactly correct, but he was something like that. He came to Onagafuchi and treated the infectious disease. I found a laser light, so I'm preoccupied my cat with that.
Uh-oh.
But he couldn't cure it for good.
All his treatment could do was reduce the symptoms of the infection. Villagers could have their symptoms suppressed, but there was no way to kill the parasites that infested them. After a while, the village was divided into two groups. One group was made of the people who were already infected, and the other consisted of the people who weren't. Without a cure for the disease, the uninfected looked down on the people who could only suppress their violent symptoms. They even talked about drowning them in the swamp. But they knew killing the infected people wouldn't solve the problem. The parasites came out of their water sources, including Onagafuchi's swamp. They couldn't fill them all in. If they did that, they would lose their access to drinking water. They could have chosen to leave the village, but that was hard for them. That was the location of their ancestors' graves. Under the power of Orishiro-sama, infected people could live without showing symptoms. So, both those who were infected and those who weren't decided to live together equally and to coexist with the parasite. This makes me think of Resident Evil 4 a lot. Las plagas! You haven't played Resident Evil 4, have you, Index?
I really like making the president's daughter hide in dumpsters. Because she's trash.
Okay, so you have played it. Never mind.
I have played it, actually. I played it when it was on the GameCube.
Me too.
Yeah, like forever ago.
Orishiro-sama was impressed by the village's decision. He decided to stay there and continue to treat them. That's the true identity of Orishiro-sama? The benefactor who stayed in the village to protect the lives of both human and demon?
That's right. And Oriyashi Hirosama made rules in order to ensure the symptoms of the infected people would remain suppressed. The rules were to never leave the village, and to never let anybody into the village.
I understand why he didn't want to let anybody new into the village. It was to prevent the parasite from infecting anyone else. But I don't understand why he didn't want people to leave.
It seems that the parasite can only live in Hinamizawa because of the climate here. It causes an outbreak of symptoms in order to prevent the host from leaving the village when they try.
I have index emotes now. Happy. Congratulations, Melody.
Yay!
Melody.
I'm glad, Melody.
Melody got one of the gifted subs.
I think Melody did. Sippy teas. That reaction is the truth behind the curse of Oyashi Hirsuma. Oh wait, I should be here.
Oh, hi,
Yes.
Lily. I'm
totally not late. No, you're not. You're not late.
We just started not too long ago.
You're not late. I was late.
You're fashionably on time.
Yeah, you're pretty okay. You're fine. You're good.
Did you read this, or?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. The strongest symptoms of the infectious disease were violence and delirium. Infected people acted just like demons, and the impact of seeing them in the throes of the disease was strong enough to make others describe them and such. They couldn't even let people who had just come into the village. If they had left them after being infected, they might go crazy in a faraway land, turn into a vicious demon, and cause a disaster. Infected people were never allowed to leave. When an infected person left the village, they brought him back by any means necessary. That was what it was really meant to be demoned away. Wait a second, Rena. That means everybody in this village, including you and I, are infected. But nothing happens when we leave Hinamizawa. In fact, many villagers move far away after getting married or something. I've never heard of any villagers who went crazy and turned into demons after they left Hinamizawa.
You're right. That's because things went as Oyashi Hirsuma thought they would. Don't you understand? He isolated the village for so long in order to weaken the power of the parasite. Night.
I'm not late, I promise. You're not late, Lily.
You're not late.
You're not late.
Lily. You're good.
Hosts are very important for parasites. If something happens to the host, the parasites that live in the host have to share the same fate. In other words, if the host went crazy and attacked people, the host would be captured and killed, which means that the parasites would die with the host too. I see. You're talking about natural selection.
Good thinking. Good thinking, Kiichi-kun. That's exactly right. As a result of living in this village under such strict rules for a long time, people who were hypersensitive to the parasite went crazy and got killed. The strong parasites that made the infected people go crazy were also killed off due to the host's violent behaviors. Also, as a result, only the parasites that acted nice to people lived on. And that's the explanation behind the mix of human and demon blood. It's written in the legend of Oyashi Hirsuma.
So, that means the parasite is almost harmless now.
Yes. According to Mio-san's scrapbook, there are actually many people who are infected by harmless parasites. It depends on the local food culture. For example, about 80% of people who live in a country where meat is a staple food are infected by parasites. But because the parasites coexist with humans without doing any harm to them, nobody notices them, treats them, or tries to get rid of them.
Yeah, you're good, Lily. I see.
In olden times, Watanagashi was called Harewata Nagashi. Harewatana meaning guts. It's said that people back then used to eat the guts of infected people who went crazy. It sounds awful, but it was something they had to do.
Eating the infected people. Are you talking about a vaccine?
You're very smart, Kiichika. Mio-san was also interpreted it like you did. In the legend, it says that people cut open and ate the infected ones alive, but it actually wasn't anything gross like that. They did it in a sacrifice way, in a scientific way. Uh-huh. They created a vaccine from the infected people who died from the extremely strong parasites, and helped the uninfected villagers boost their immune systems. I don't think that this is right. I think this is wrong.
Seems a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
Who was Oyashiro-sama? A scientist? He must have been from a very advanced country. Was
Dr.
he German?
Stone.
Dr. Stone?
It's Dr. Stone.
Is the true identity of Oyashiro-sama a foreign doctor who survived a shipwreck?
I think that'd be the most likely answer. He wasn't German, but he was a doctor of some sorts.
It's kind of interesting to reveal the truth behind old legends. I don't think that Rena's story is too crazy to be true anymore. It still sounds crazy, of course, but I've never heard any theories that explain the legend of this village better than this one. I'm infected by the parasite too, right? If I feel itchy all over now.
Well, person is like the universe. We have countless numbers of bacteria on our bodies. Some of those bacteria are essential for us staying alive.
Oh, like bacteria in yogurt, right? I see.
This is also what Mio-san wrote in her scrapbooks. You know termites, right? They eat wood. But they actually can't digest it by themselves. They have unique bacteria that decomposes the wood fibers. As a result, termites can absorb what they eat. That's just one example of a species coexisting with parasites.
Technically, I'm late according to the first button. Oh, yeah. Not even Index got it, though, and she rated me. Jelly was the sneaky one and got it. I didn't know that. When I hear the word parasites, I feel creeped out almost instinctively. But now I know some of them aren't so bad for us.
So, the weird infectious disease that broke out from Onigashima Swamp has been exterminated by now. Well, I shouldn't say exterminated. I should say it's harmless now.
I thought it was a crazy story at first. But now I feel like I just saw the trick behind some crazy kind of magic. It's interesting.
It is to us. But for the culture of Oyashiro-sama, this must be a very annoying theory.
Of course. If Takano-san's theory is correct, Oyashiro-sama isn't a god. And the punishment by that god, namely the curse of Oyashiro-sama, that people have been so afraid of, will turn out to have just been the symptoms of an infectious disease. I see. That's what dethroning God would mean. So, if the pathogen of this infectious disease was identified and announced to the public, the power of Oyashiro-sama would be completely lost.
That's right. That's what I'm very afraid of. Mio-san was going to identify the pathogen. And for that, she was killed.
So that must mean she identified it.
Maybe she did. But she's gone now. And she didn't say anything about that in her scrapbook. That's the only reason I can think of, though.
But it's the end of the 20th century. I'm sure the villagers have been examined by a lot of different medical institutions by now, right? I've never heard about anyone discovering a weird parasite like that.
I know. It's true that the pathogen hasn't been found yet. But in fact, There is evidence that there's some kind of parasite involved.
What? Really? When a parasite enters a human body, that body's immune system cells, eosinophils, eosinophils, and macrophages try to kill the parasite.
Macrophage. They're macrophages.
Macrophages, okay. What about eosinophils? Is that how you say it? Eosinophils?
I think so.
Try to kill the parasite. They secrete an antibody called immunoglobulin E.
Immunoglobulin.
Immunoglobulin.
Globin.
Globulin? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, immunoglobulin.
The most common way of checking a person is infected by a pathogen is to look at the levels of the secretion.
I only know the name of these because of Cells at Work.
Oh, fuck, you're right. That anime was educational. According to Takano-san's... Wait, what?
It taught me of hot boys.
Oh my god. According to Takano-san's research, people from Hinamizawa have a very high level of IgE in their blood. That's not all. They also have obvious symptoms of being infected by parasites. They don't have any allergies. IgE stimulates mast cells, and they secrete histamines and serotonin as a result. These cause an allergic reaction. That allergic reaction isn't pleasant for humans, but it is necessary for the body to kill the pathogen. But the parasites don't want to be killed, of course, so they secrete substances that counteract IgE. As a result, IgE stops stimulating the receptors of the mast cells, which stops secreting the chemical compound. As a result, the antigen-antibody reaction, namely the allergic reaction, doesn't occur. In other words, a human body that was infected by a parasite secretes a high-level IgE, but doesn't display allergic reactions. For your information, a human body that's infected by a parasite doesn't suffer from hay fever. You may get hay fever due to your body secreting a large amount of IgE, because it's mistaken for pollen for a parasitic invasion. As a result, a large amount of stimulants like histamine will be secreted, but your body can't contain the parasite that it's attempting to kill. That's why your body continues to secrete IgE. As a result, the stimulants keep causing allergic reactions. That's how hay fever works. If you have a parasite in your body, it'll deactivate your IgE and suppress the secretion of stimulants. As a result, you don't have an allergic reaction. In other words, there's no hay fever in Hinamizawa, and you can cure your hay fever by moving here. So we haven't been able to identify the pathogen, but there's no question about its existence.
Yes. That's right.
If that's true, the scrapbooks are a big threat to believers in Orishiro-sama. They don't identify the pathogen, but they clearly prove its existence.
Yeah. It poses a big enough danger to them to make them think it's worth killing Miyo-san. Huh? Penguin?
What?
Huh?
What?
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 I just couldn't hear you.
This really is a scary secret. I believe it because you took the time to explain it to me. But if you had skipped the details and told me only the conclusion, it really would have sounded too crazy to believe.
I told you!
Hey, Pengu, do you know how that rotary phone... Yes, I know. God damn it.
Hey, Pingu. Do you want me to teach you how to use a rotary phone?
No, Index. I want you to send feet pics, that's what.
No.
I want to see you use the rotary phone with your toes. That's what I want to see.
You don't want to see that. If you want to see my toes that badly, I will send you an image that will make you never want to see my toes again.
Oh, God. Is it like an ingrown toenail or something?
No, I can just do something with my toes that looks really weird and unnatural.
Oh, God. Like bending them out of place?
No, I can put my my pinky toe and my big toe down at the same time, and it looks like I have like a little child's fingers in the middle of my foot.
What? What the fuck? Okay, fine. Wait,
Is it just because now you're interested in it? Because it sounds creepy as fuck?
yeah, that too. Index dialing the rotary phone with their toe socks? No! No toe socks. Fuck no. That'd actually probably make it hard, wouldn't it?
I mean, it's with your toes, so
It's already hard.
it doesn't sound like it would be that hard. Let me see if I can.
So that's important right now, is that there's a dangerous organization acting in the shadows to try and cover up the truth, right? I told you I couldn't believe it at first, so I thought you definitely would. Okay.
Oh my gosh, if I can just do it without my feet like freaking my I can't do it. My plantar is like freaking out and getting a Charlie horse in it.
Oh no. Ow.
Yes. That's the most important thing.
The fanatics who want to revive the sanctity of the god they worship. Reviving the majesty of their god means reviving the power of that god. And the power of their god is the infectious disease. This infectious disease can't spread nationwide, unlike other infectious diseases. So from now on, I'm going to start calling it an endemic disease. Oh, it's not COVID, I guess, huh? That fits better, since it only affects this region. Anyway, the endemic disease of current-day Hinamizawa is different from the one of old times. It's been through a process of natural selection, and it's harmless now. In other words, it doesn't do any harm to human bodies. That harm was once interpreted as a curse. A curse is the power of a god, so a harmless endemic disease means that the god is powerless. That means the only way to regain the majesty of that god is to revive the curse. In other words, they want to bring back the primitive endemic disease, namely the harmful strong version of the parasite. Wait a second. These fanatics want to deny the fact that their god was actually a parasite. But you're saying that they're researching the parasite. That's contradictory, isn't it?
I know it is. I think that this research is secret. Is a secret that only the head of the fanatics is aware of. From the outside, they look like they're praising their god, but they actually understand its true identity, and they're trying to revive its supernatural power for their own hands.
I get it now. Oh my god, this is getting crazier and crazier.
I didn't say it. It didn't say it in the scrapbooks, but I am suspicious of the clinic. The manager owns.
The Ide clinic? Why?
Yeah. The facility is too big and fancy for Hinamizawa. Mio-san was working there. The manager might be a bacteriologist the Somozaki family recruited.
Do you know, Index, what would really be disturbing is putting down the 3 middle toes? Is it?
I can do that as well.
Ah.
I can do it either way.
Oh heck. It can't be.
I think Mio-san was murdered because she knew too much. The reason why the manager hasn't been murdered yet is because he's working with the fanatics in the first place.
And he's researching the primitive form of the endemic disease. It's hard to believe that the coach we know is capable of doing things like that.
All toes but the middle toe. I can't.
Just thinking about that feels weird. Fuck.
I can't. Just all 3 of them shoot up. Looks like little baby fingers. I'm sorry. He might be totally irrelevant. That was just a wild guess. But someone is doing research somewhere. That much is certain. And after 5 years, the research has finally been completed.
The first case was a dismemberment murder by the dam construction workers. The quarrel had turned into lynching. They might have had the primitive infectious disease, and the symptoms, the aggression and delirium, might have kicked in. The victims of the second year were Satoko's parents. There were no witnesses, so the whole event is veiled in mystery. But there's a theory that someone might have pushed them off the cliff, since the fence of the observation deck that they fell from was quite sturdy. What if one of them was infected by the primitive parasite? He or she might have become violent and pushed the other over the cliff. The Shinto priest died from a disease, and his wife drowned herself in the third year. He might have died of shock because of hypersensitive reaction to the infection. His wife might have gone crazy and committed suicide when one of the symptoms, delirium, kicked in. In the fourth year, Satoshi Hojo's aunt was beaten to death, probably by Satoshi himself. Everybody who knew Satoshi can remembers how he changed at that time. He showed signs of being both aggressive and delirious. In the fifth year, for the first time in 5 years, the victim experienced the maggot disease, described in the old scroll from the Furude Shrine. The reason behind that is unclear, but the stronger primitive parasite could have given its victims a delusion of maggots. This means that they finally managed to duplicate the curse of Orishiro-sama. After 5 years of research. Tometaka-san is the victim of the fifth year. He died in an extremely abnormal way. And I'm the only one who understands his death because I experienced the same thing. He kept clawing at his throat to get rid of the maggots and died as a result. With all that explained, I finally understand the maggot disease I experienced in Ibaraki. I left Yumazawa and made the parasite in me uncomfortable. As a result, it tried to resist, even though it wasn't very strong, and tried to make me homesick. But with my parents' divorce, I grew mentally unbalanced and I completely lost the power to resist for a period of time. The parasite was weak and harmless, but my mental instability allowed it to worsen my symptoms dramatically. As a result, I went crazy and became violent. The delusion of Orishiro-sama appearing to me in the bathroom is probably the terminal phase of my delirium. I created a supernatural existence, Orishiro-sama, that I was instilled with when I was little. Then I persuaded myself to go back to Hinamizawa based on that delusion. Some of the transcendents of Wanigafuchi must have had the same kind of experience. They must have passed their experiences down as the acts of God. I remember I once saw on TV that the indigenous people in South America used some kind of natural drug in order to have a mystical experience. And that they called it a ritual to communicate with their gods.
That miracle.
Wait, let me look at that again. Big fucking cult, huh? Interesting. So, what the fanatics are trying to do is to spread the primitive parasites throughout Himurazawa.
I think that's their goal. But I don't think they'll do that without letting people know about it.
Vsauce Michael went to South America and did that. What the fuck? Did some crazy drug for God reasons? Interesting.
Religions need ceremonies. So if they created what they wanted... My tired's head. So if they created what they wanted to create, and if they decided to spread it, I think they name it the day of Iyashi Hirosama's revival or something, and they'd perform some kind of ceremony. It would be in celebration of the revival of Iyashi Hirosama.
That's a bad thing, isn't it?
I think you can say that. Because they're trying to spread a dangerous pathogen.
Hey, isn't that bioterrorism? Jeez, this is very bad.
Shit. Sherlock?
They used it on Tomitaka-san, confirming that they succeeded in duplicating the curse of Orishiro-sama. So, that day of revival might be really soon.
I don't know. It could happen in a few days, or it could take a year.
This is way out of your league, Rena. This is a very serious conspiracy. There's nothing we can do to stop them. We alone can do to stop them. We have to report it to the police.
Do you think they will believe us?
It's their choice whether they believe us or not. No matter what, we have to tell them.
Kiichi-kun. Telling Oishi-san about all this means telling him that I have scrapbooks.
Do you think that'd be a problem?
Oishi-san came to me after Mio-san was murdered. When they killed Mio-san, they found out that the scrapbooks were missing. They also know that she met with me at the library a few days ago.
No way. You mean...
Yes. Oishi-san could be one of them. It's possible that Oishi-san thinks I have the scrapbooks, and that he might be trying to find out.
The drug he did can be lethal and can cause heavy permanent brain damage for a spiritual experience here. He was safe though. Oh, that's good. Bioterrorism, huh? Eat the rich. Morning, gamer. What's up, Admiral Wolvesy? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Whoopsie.
We're just here chilling and reading some more Higurashi, waiting for a killing.
Yeah, we're just waiting for people to die.
We're talking about conspiracies and shit.
In fact, he looked very suspicious, and it seemed to me that he didn't really tell me everything he knew. I mean, Rena, 1, you're a child. 2, he's the police. Like, what's he really gonna tell you?
Yeah.
He only told me things to make me suspicious of the Sonozaki family. He could have been trying to look like he was on my side, and that he's actually their minion.
But the police are our only hope.
Kiichi-kun, you know the case of the 4th year, don't you?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Wouldn't you say, Index?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Index is doing good.
I'm doing okay.
She's happy. She's ready to take on the world, huh, Index?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing fine myself.
Doing better.
Everybody clap for Index doing better. Yay!
Thank
Index.
You. Hold your applause. It's all okay. Satoshi-kun's aunt was murdered. I believe Satoshi-kun did it, but the police figured a drug addict as the murderer.
Hey, what's up, Kitten Shop?
Can Index take on the world? Yes. Probably.
She just played the applause sound effect.
Thank you.
What's up, Kitten? Welcome.
Hey, Kitten. Well, what do you think about that?
Some of the fanatics are with the police. And they fabricated the murder?
It's the same with the autopsy of the Shinto priest, who they claim died from disease, and the inspection of the accident site where the Hojo couple died. If the police are on their side, it opens the door to many perfect crimes. The 3 families have been maintaining pressure on the police since the dam conflict. You've heard from Michan that they have considerable You've heard from Michan that they have considerable power over many organizations in Okinomiya, right?
Yes, I have. It's not only Mion who told me that. Many people did. They told me the Sonozaki family holds influence over the whole city.
That's right. You can't necessarily trust the police around here.
Rena, please. I want to make one thing clear before we go on. Are the Sonozaki family the masterminds behind all this? Does that mean Miyana's involved too? Please tell me.
I don't know if Mi-chan or Rika-chan are directly involved or not. All I can say is for sure is that the fanatics have the power to control the nerve centers of all three families, including the most powerful family of all, the Sonozakis. The Shonozakis. I'm not sure if the fanatics are controlling the three families or if the three families are controlling the fanatics themselves.
As long as we're not sure about their involvement, it's better for us to be extra careful around them. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Thank you for the alert, kitten. That's a lot of emotes. Dang it, you're gonna make me fall asleep then, Index. God.
I'm sorry.
Oh my
I'm
god.
tired.
Oh, he's yawning. Make me sleepy.
No. I'm not saying that I don't trust Mi-chan. She's usually very reliable, and I'd ask her for help with any problem, but not this one. This one's a little different. I don't know if you've seen it before, but
Thank you with the host, kitten.
although Mi-chan jokes around when she's with us, she can be a very cool person when she's acting as the successor of the Somazaki family. Plus, even if she wasn't involved, we would put her in danger if we told her about this.
If she was on our side, that'd be really encouraging. I think we should tell her. Wolvesy, thank you for the host, my friend. Thank you. I wish my fucking phone would tell me when people host. Thank you for the host, Melody. Thank you.
I wish my mod stuff would tell me.
Like, everybody hosts me. I'm like, oh my god, what's going on? Help! 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 What's happening?
Ugh.
I think we should tell her.
No, we shouldn't. We should tell her until we confirm she's one of them.
Oh, kid, thank you for the biddies. Thank you. Don't crash on the way home, buddy.
Sure, it'd be great if we could pull her to our side, but what if we couldn't?
Then we'd have to kill her.
I guess so.
So, how are we going to fight against them?
Well, this battle won't stand a chance of me to begin with. That's why I didn't want to get you involved.
Yeah, kid, you want to crash at home, not on the way home. Damn it. The Kana-san left us a big parting gift, didn't she?
But because of that, we know about the conspiracy. I believe this is Will.
2 kids challenging the mastermind who controls the village. This is going to be tough. It's anime, you'll be fine. Kids win all the time. Against fucking dirty old anime villains.
True.
Ah. Oh, ordinary methods won't work. Fuck. Shit, I thought you were reading and I thought I interrupted. Son of a bitch, I'm going crazy. Oh my god. Help.
I don't know. I guess it's just one of those times. I think we may have to end it a little early.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not no, I'm just saying if you're this tired and I'm tired.
No, my brain's gonna work.
Okay. Alright. I will as long as your brain works and my internet connection holds out.
Uh-oh.
And I don't sound like a robot because it keeps dropping down to 0 bars, so.
Uh-oh.
That's always fun. If I sound like a robot, please excuse me. But, Kiichi-kun, I'm glad to have you myself. We can talk about it and plan things together. I know.
Of course. I've always been on your side, and I'm your friend.
True, robot index is only true. No.
Does that mean you have robot boobs?
Bam, 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 yes.
Are they like missiles?
Yeah. It's like end of that movie.
Oh my god.
That's what it is.
Missile boobs.
Kickstarter.
Oh, me. Fucking me. God damn it.
Thank you. You're very reassuring.
Two heads are better than one, especially when it comes to penises.
Yeah, I agree. You can come up with a plan for how we're going to fight, so we can come up with a plan for how we're going to fight against together. I schooled today because I wanted to some time to read the scrapbooks again. But I'm going to school again tomorrow, and I'm going to act normal. That was Peter Griffin.
The robot voice is strong with Index. Oh my god.
Is it really bad? Is my robot voice really bad right now? Because I keep cutting out.
It's the way it is. It's really funny. It's like there's no pauses in between your words.
It's like all there, but it's like robotic.
Yeah, kinda.
It's funny.
Imagine two heads on one penis. Oh jeez.
Wild.
When the robot starts cutting out.
Isn't that a star nose mole?
What?
It's like there's like a moral. There's like a mole with like a penis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Weird animal facts that no one needed to know, but for some reason people know.
Oh god.
They might send something wrong with me by accident. You should do the same, Kiichi-kun. Please, be careful with Michan. She's sometimes very perceptive.
Okay. I'll act normal, as if I know nothing. But damn, I'm a bit scared. A huge conspiracy is right around the corner, and it might already be counting down to 0. It's hard to act normal knowing that.
I don't think it's going to happen very soon. Like I said, if they really are religious fanatics, they need a religious ceremony. They need the help of the whole village to hold something like that. Hey, no! You know what you're doing. I can't think of any other event than the Watanagashi.
So, you're saying that we have time at least until the next Watanagashi festival?
I can't promise. But I just think of any... But I just can't think of any other event than that.
I think we have a year at least. But I also feel like we don't because of how they killed Mio-san. I might not know, but there might be a bigger religious event than Watanagashi. It might not be long until that day. On the day of Orishiro-sama's revival, they're going to spread a dangerous parasite, and that day might be just around the corner. Rena, are you still on the phone? Wrap it up soon, it's getting late. My father stuck his head out from the living room, telling me I need to hang up soon. I thought about telling him so many times. It's natural to think that your parents will be on your side no matter what. But I know just how weak he can get, so I couldn't tell him. I don't think he'd believe me anyway. Even if I told him, he'd just tell me to call the police. It's better that I don't tell him. They might get close to my father to get me. If he didn't know anything about anything, including the scrap books, there'd be nothing to squeeze out of him to begin with.
I'm sorry, Keiichi-kun. I have to go now. It's getting late. I'll see you at school.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Be careful, okay? You're not an outsider anymore.
Yeah, I'll be careful. I remember the suspicious men in the white van and felt the chill root through my spine. They looked like villagers, but they weren't. They had the village accent, but they were just pretending. The more I thought about it, the more suspicious they became. It let me know that Rena and I aren't safe. If Rena is right, they're just suspicious of her, and they're not sure if that she has the scrapbooks or not. But it's still creepy. Rena had probably experienced the same creepiness I felt when I saw the van several times up till now. Just be tense, then she must sense the danger more than I do. However, the fact that they weren't attacking, that they were merely observing us, was disturbing. If they attacked her, she could have done something, like going to the police. But all they're doing is just watching for her from a distance. She can't do anything about it. She can't talk to anybody about it. She probably just wants to stay in her house all day. But if she acted different, they might take it as proof that she has the scrapbooks. We have to think about how to fight against them, without making it obvious. I told myself that there was no going back, and I put the phone down. Fucking kids fighting to save the goddamn world, huh?
That's how it always happens.
Yep. The next day, Rena came to school, acting like she said she would.
I have a cat in the way, just so you know.
Uh-oh.
Just give me 1 second.
Talked with Mion as cheerfully as she always did, and it made me wonder if the story she told me last night was a complete fabrication. That's because the story really was too ridiculous, too crazy to believe. Their POV changing is giving me whiplash. Uh-oh, uh-oh. This village is very weird and rare endemic disease, and there are religious fanatics who want to use the disease to revive their weird cult. And they've been researching the pathogen of the endemic disease so they can spread it throughout the village. I was deeply influenced by Rena last night, and I believed everything she said. But thinking about it with a cool mind under the bright sunlight, it sounds too crazy to be true. The story Rena told me is based on Takano-san's crazy hand-me-down ideas. It's based entirely on her theories, which, though very feasible, have no evidence whatsoever. The fact that Takano-san was murdered lends credit to the story, I'll give you that, but... I looked at Mion. She was fooling around with Rena. It's hard to believe that she's involved with some crazy conspiracy.
How are you? Hey, are you listening, Keiichi-kun?
What?
Kei-chan.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, wake up, sleepyhead. You need to get enough sleep or your brain stops working.
Mion made fun of me for reacting too slowly. It's almost impossible not to trust this bubbly, cheerful girl. I trust Mion. I trust my friends. I know she'd never have a hand in a crazy conspiracy like that. If she knew about it, she wouldn't be able to act as cheerfully. Rena told me not to tell Mion because she might be one of them. But it might be worth telling her without letting Rena know. Of course, there's at least a 1% chance the conspiracy is true and that Mion is one of them. If so, I'd be doomed. But if I had to choose between believing the crazy conspiracy theory and trusting my friends, my answer would be obvious. I know that my friend Mion isn't part of any conspiracy. She'd never be involved with something like that.
I mean, she is Shion and not Mion.
Yep. Even if the conspiracy exists, I'm sure Mion would be on her side. I don't know about that. So whether or not it's true, it must be worth telling Mion about it. Uh-oh.
What's going on, KH? What's going on, KH-kun? KH-chan? Why did you call me out here? You told me not to tell anybody.
Uh-oh.
You're not going to extort money from me, are you?
He's gonna extort more than money out of her.
Oh, yes.
Oh my.
Oh, my.
Oh my.
Oh, my.
Is that the first thing you think of when you're called out to the gymnasium storeroom?
Oh, I know. You wanted to give me a love letter, didn't you? People usually use the shoe locker for that, you know.
We don't really do that in the city. A lot of guys hand over their love letters in person.
Really? So wait, you're,
Are you kidding me? That's not why I called you here. I have to talk to you about something very important. I want you to listen without making fun of me.
What? What is it?
Do you know that there are people who want to revive the cult of Yashiro-sama?
Huh?
Like, what does this have to do with having sex?
What? What are you talking about?
It's like, are you gonna fuck me or not?
Oh my god.
That's the fucking face she's making, isn't it? Like, we're gonna fuck or not?
Very much like, I thought you were going to confess to me, and now you're saying this bullshit. Kind of annoyed.
This, of course, was just my way of getting a feel for the situation. I wanted to see how she was going to react by getting straight to the point. But Mion really did look puzzled. People wouldn't normally react like this if someone pointed out their secrets out of the blue. They always panic, if only just a little. Either Mion was a brilliant actress, so she really didn't have anything to do with the idea of reviving Shiro-sama. I decided to tell her everything. Mion. Oh my god! Ow! Ooh! Ow!
What?
My ear! You pierced my brain! Ah! Ah!
I'm sorry. It was a really loud yawn.
Oof. Hold on, my brain's rattling still.
I'm sorry!
Robotic shriek kills penguin's ears. Oh man. Beyond your family, the Sonozaki family has a lot of influence in this region, including Hinamizawa, right? Do you think there's a possibility that they're working to revive the cult of... Or Yashiro-sama behind the scenes?
Revive? Why?
Well, you know, people today don't worship Yashiro-sama like the people in the old days did. So people like fundamentalists might be trying to make people worship Yashiro-sama in the same way as the people of Onagafuji.
What?
Dexy is best squeaky toy.
No! Shut up, Elise!
Oh, it's 69 degrees in my fucking room right now. Holy shit.
Oh, yes. Oh, my.
Oh
my.
my.
Oh, wait a second. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Are you sure? You really have no idea what I'm talking about.
Of course I don't. It sounds like one of those popular novels that sold 5 million copies over in America.
Mion's reaction was very natural. It seemed impossible that she was pretending she didn't know anything about it. Regardless, I continued. Well, there are people like that in the village for real. Do you know anything about them?
It's true. Penguin is a good-looking squeaky toy.
What?
You're saying that those people want to make us worship Oyashiro-sama. like the people of Onagafuchi did.
I look like I'm a good-looking squeaky toy?
Yeah, you look like a squeaky toy.
Oh, okay.
Because you're nice and round.
You call me fat.
No, I said you're round.
You call me fat.
No, you
Everybody, Index is fat shaming me.
I'm not!
Alright, everybody, we gotta cancel Index.
That's it. I'm gonna fat shame you. Fatty 2x4 can't get through the doggy door. Nah.
What? So what if I can't get through the doggy door? Fuck that.
I mean, neither can I.
That's because you're a fucking dinosaur, Index.
Oh my god. My boobs get stuck. It's not pretty.
You know, I think it means a lot of people who really believe.
Yeah, penguins are normally round.
Yeah?
Penguins are normally round, yeah.
Yeah?
Like spiel round.
Yeah?
You know, spiel is a seal, but you get what I mean.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Don't gotta shame me for it, though. Jeez.
I'm not shaming you for it. That's it. I'm gonna shame you for it. Oh my god. Penguin is so brown. Oh my goodness. Look how brown he is.
Oh,
His little bill and everything in his little toes. And then he's just round and putty. He's adorable. Oh my god.
I can't fit through the doggy door.
He looks like a little squeaky toy.
Are you gonna chew me up now?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
But think about it, Kie-chan. Who'd be happy to live under those strict ancient rules? In this day and age, it's almost impossible to live without leaving the village.
But for example, think about Rika-chan. All the old people say she's a reincarnation of Oriyashiro-sama, right? Those people might be religious.
He actually is.
Those people might be religious fanatics, and
Are you talking about old man Kimiyoshi? Well, I know he's a deeply religious man for sure, but he isn't a fanatic.
believe me, there really are people who are trying to revive the cult of Oriyashiro-sama.
Okay. I'll believe you for now, because I want to hear the rest. Go on.
They found out that the curse of Oriyashiro-sama was just an endemic disease unique to this village, so now they're researching the pathogen.
Where? First of all, what's an endemic disease? What's a pathogen? They sound gross.
Can I eat it? I was getting confused.
Can I eat it?
What's a pathogen? It sounds tasty. I'll give Pengu to my doggos. Please don't. Why does it sound like cave music in Mario games? Kinda. Supposed to be like tribal or some shit, isn't it?
I thought it was supposed to sound mysterious.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
Like it's like a waiting music, you know? Like you're waiting for something to happen a little bit.
To me, it gives off kind of a historical vibe.
True.
I was getting confused. I didn't know what I was talking about myself anymore. I was deeply influenced by Rena last night and believed everything she said. But having said it all out loud, I started realizing how impossible the story sounded.
What's going on with you? Did Mio-san tell you all this?
How did you know?
She's infamous for this sort of thing. She's an occult maniac. She always makes up crazy stories. A few people have gotten badly taken in by her before.
Like Tomitake. Oh!
Tomitake-san. She told me some of her stories once, and I remember they were actually very interesting.
Is that true?
I think I've heard about this once or twice before, but this village had a unique culture back in the old days. They did a lot of oppressive things, like having very strict rules, very strict punishments, and a bunch of other cultural traditions. They're
True.
well known among the cult maniacs. Mio-san is one of them.
So, the story I heard about the weird parasite that controls the village was...
What? Parasite? That's a new story she came up with.
What do you mean, new story?
Well, I told you, Mio-san is an occult maniac. She studies the weird legends surrounding Onigafuchi and enjoys making up hypothesis theories and wild stories about them. She created a lot of different ones aside from the theory that the parasites are controlling the village. One I've heard a while back was about UFOs. That one was interesting since it connected a lot of different dots. The story about the UFO that crashed in Onagafuchi Swamp long ago, the alien that was in the UFO and the villagers had a battle and something like that. It was like one of those sci-fi horror B movies. The one Satoko heard was a theory about creatures from the bottom of the ocean. The movement in the Earth's crust opened up a connection between the underwater world and Onigafuchi, and the princess of the underwater world fell in love with a young man in the village. And it was like a sci-fi version of Romeo and Juliet.
The Shape of Water?
Oh my god. The story about the parasites that you heard must be a new one. I hope she makes all of them into a book one day.
Mion began laughing so hard that she had to look over her stomach. As I looked at her laughing like that, I realized I fell for something that ridiculous. At that point, it was obvious. I had been completely taken in. I'm sorry, Mion, but please answer my questions. First, do the fanatics who are trying to revive the cult of Arashiro-sama exist?
No, they don't. I mean, it's totally the opposite. The three families have agreed to open Hinamizawa to the outsiders in order to make this village thrive. I'm not supposed to tell anybody this, but there's a project to build a new highway by the end of the 20th century. The Sonozaki family is promoting it. The Sonozaki family is promoting it. Promoting this construction without informing the villagers. If all goes well, this whole area will flourish. My grandma is betting that she'll make a fortune when it causes land prices in the region to skyrocket. Well, most of the work will happen in the 21st century, so I'll likely end up taking over the project. Getting all that sweet, sweet moolah.
Mm-hmm. So, you don't think there are people who hate outsiders?
I told you. There's still such people. What makes you think that we want this village to be more inconvenient than it already is? In fact, they've already started selling the land of the village to rich people who want to build country residences here. Your house is the first lot we sold, Kei-chan. Didn't the villagers welcome you? The three families are trying to do everything they can to stop young people from leaving the village.
There's nothing vague about what Mion said. The story makes a lot more sense than Takano's delusional series. And so, Mion's words woke me up from that delusion. So, what about this? I heard that the residents of Hinamizawa have extraordinary high levels of something in their blood, and it proves that they're infected by parasites.
Really? How did Mio-san figure that out?
Takano-san is a nurse, I'm sure she can do that.
And you think anyone would give her blood samples for no reason? Because I sure don't. Even if she could get blood samples somehow, how and where would she be examining them? How many blood samples do you think she examined all by herself?
Miona's right. I couldn't believe I thought Takano-san could do all that just because she was a nurse. It struck me hard to believe that she got many blood samples and did a high-level examination like that without any help. When I thought about it rationally, I shouldn't have believed such a ridiculous story so easily. I heard that people here don't get hay fever, which is proof of their being infected by a parasite.
Only people in cities get hay fever. It actually has to do with tree populations and the amount of overpopulated tree areas because of old existing farms that are no longer in use. Yeah, deforestation needs to happen in Japan. Just saying.
Uh-oh.
They would have a lot less problems if they managed their forests.
Uh-oh.
I heard it has something to do with fuel emissions. Kei-chan, you're talking about Hinamizawa. I mean, even people in Okinomiya don't get hay fever, I think.
Well, what about this? I heard that the Sonovaki family has a death squad and they kidnapped the grandson of the government minister once.
That sounds cool. I wish I had a squad like that. Which I actually kind of do. And that actually did happen. But I'm not going to tell you that because I'm totally cool under pressure, you dumbass.
Even I was sounding ridiculous.
Not fuel efficient, it's your immune system not completely exposed to that many types of pollen. Actually, the pollen density in, like, Japan is very high. Because So Japan used to burn a lot of wood. They used to burn a lot of wood. And so they had like a lot of wood farms. So they had a lot of tree farms. And then when they stopped burning wood, instead of properly disposing of those tree farms so that it wouldn't cause an ecological disaster, they just let them grow wild. And that's why, like, it's actually, like, if you all remember 2019 when we were saving the Amazon rainforest, a YouTuber that I like did a segment where he was going to talk about how deforestation was bad. And he's like, oh, let me talk about Japan, blah, 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 trees, because they have so much tree land. And then he, like, looked into it, and he's like, oh, shit, wow, this is really shitty. And he actually is, like, for deforestation within Japan.
Uh-oh.
And proper, well, I say deforestation, but it's actually proper land management techniques. But, I mean, even California could use proper land management. If California did selective logging and that type of stuff, you guys probably wouldn't have as many fires as you do every year.
You like to shit on California, don't you?
It's same with Idaho. A lot of places, in fact, actually Yellowstone, they had to reintroduce selective logging because of how detrimental the fires were. And so some of their tree stuff that happened was they had to reintroduce it because you need to manage your lands. If you don't manage your lands, nature will. And a lot of times it just destroys everything, and it destroys full ecosystems.
Hold on, I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I actually know a lot about land management. One side of my family is farmers. But yeah, no, I like to shit on California all the time because they're an easy target. California's just an easy target to shit on, guys. Index fires also happen naturally here as part of the environment. We have trees whose seeds will grow. Yeah, pine trees. Pine trees too. Pine trees actually. Fires are good, but like not that many fires. Does that make sense? Yeah, thanks. Makes me feel great. Yeah, I like to shit on California because it's just really easy to shit on. But like, I'm not saying like natural fires and that type of stuff. Like they're like making sure that you take care of your brush and everything like that is very good. But clearing out dead wood is a lot better for your environment. Yeah, they're idiots. Cause more fires for some reason. Yeah. Pine geese are safe from bees. One of them was a bunch of idiots passing a bill to make mowing the underbrush a finable offense, which caused the fires to be worse that year. Yeah. I feel like California does a lot of really weird practices with their land. And that's just coming from someone who like has grown up in like an environment where I have been taught about like forest management and that type of stuff. Like very much Scout's motto. It's actually really funny because you can always tell where someone is from when they leave a campsite here in Utah. This sounds really bad, but like everybody who I've ever seen who has like a California license plate is always like, and it's not everybody. I find people who live in the north are a lot better than people who live in like Southern California for this. But they don't leave things the way they found them, you know.
Shitting on Californians again?
Yeah. We're shitting about California.
Oh my
god.
God.
You know what the worst thing I've ever seen someone from California do?
I
was up in Yellowstone. And there's a line of cars. And we're like, why is traffic so freaking slow in Yellowstone? Is there bears and freaking idiot Californians are out there trying to pet the bears, which you guys fucking do every year. I have no idea what it is. It's like always people from Southern California who do this. It's like very certain areas. It's like LA and like San Francisco do this. And it's always this area. I have no idea what is wrong with people from this area, but they always come up to Yellowstone and they try and pet bears. And I'm like, what? Like bears exist in California. Like someone from Northern California will tell me how dangerous bears are, and then there's other people from LA going, I'm gonna pet a bear.
Wild bears. People try to go and pet wild bears.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. A bunch of idiots from other states movie. It's true.
I wouldn't try to pet a fucking wild bear. I don't know what people you're meeting.
Many people would. I don't know what it is. It's always like certain people I know from California, and then like I know other people from California, and they're like real nice. They're real smart, and they wouldn't do stupid things like that. But it's always just certain people from certain areas.
What the fuck? I wouldn't try to pet a fucking bear.
I don't know. Maybe it's just that I just keep meeting dumb people.
Maybe.
Help. I just meet so many dumb people at national parks.
What is it? It's not racism. What is it? Nationalism you are? You're like, fuck California.
No, I don't hate...
Where you hate a state?
I don't hate the state, and I don't hate the people of the state, because I really like people from Northern California. And like, I loved Oceanside. Like, the people there were really nice. Granted, some of them were really dumb as fuck, but like...
Oh my god.
You get that out here too. Like, I can make fun of Utah just as much as I can make fun of California.
Like, I wouldn't pet a monkey or an orangutan because I know they can fuck people up. I wouldn't touch a fucking bear, especially.
I know people from Utah who are like, "Oh, there's a shark in the water." Yeah, it's totally okay. Statistics for shark attacks are really low. They're the people who get hurt.
Oh my god.
Like, they're dumb. Like, I will admit that we are dumb on certain things. Like, we are legitimately stupid on certain things. Like, we're just like, yeah, this. Or like the people who like every year get like lost in national forests. Or like oh my gosh. Yeah. I'd be an idiot that hugs a lion. Yeah, we have people out here. I even know someone, and they own like very dangerous snake breeds, and they're like, "Oh, it's fine. I'm from Utah. I can own a diamondback rattlesnake. I'm not gonna get hurt because
California is a
I
tourist
know more
state.
than everybody else." It's so true.
California is a tourist state.
It is a tourist state.
So,
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, just because they're in California doesn't mean they're from here.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just like to. That's why I say California is just an easy target.
Oh, those
California is an easy target, guys.
Oh,
it's an easy target for me to make fun of. But
those-
it's like saying incest is Alabama.
I'm
like,
from California, yeah.
That's the type of low blow you can hit into California. Ugh. But it's okay. I think Utah is like all of us are religious nuts. We're all religious nut Mormons. That's the one you can go for us. Oh, and we all really like Jello. Like, really like Jello.
Y'all are a red state, right?
Yeah.
That's why you don't like California.
No?
We're liberal as heck.
I actually really like Northern California. And some places I've been have been really okay. I don't know what it was about certain areas, but it's like you can go from, but I see it here too, so don't bother me none. But it just makes me laugh. We're all podunk farmers out here. My ancestry here goes back to my great-grandparents being forced here on the Trail of Tears. Yeah, my ancestry is the Mormon pioneers who fled Missouri. So I feel that. Like I feel it in a way, because like not to the same extent, but like yeah, my people were given an extermination order, and I actually had very many ancestors who were murdered.
Northern California is where all the Republicans are. That doesn't change Pango's jab, pretty much.
I mean, it's true.
And you're also talking about how you want the free market and shit. Like, no. God, no.
I mean, to a certain extent, you know.
Well, free market means, like, no government regulation, and that's no.
I don't think you're necessarily right on that. Because so I'm very libertarian. If you must know, I'm actually not Republican. I'm actually very libertarian. But if I take, like that one where it's got like all of the things on it, I'm actually almost dead center in the middle. Because yes, I want a free market, but to a certain extent. I do think that government intervention needs to happen, and I do think that certain things need to happen, but there are certain things that I think are very overreaching.
Yeah, of course.
Because here's the thing, they hurt the little person, and that's what bothers me the most. Like, I'm fine if you want to stick it to the man, that type of shit. Do I think, like, I actually would prefer a percentage tax a flat percentage tax. I would actually prefer, because, like, say I make $100 a year and someone else makes $1 million a year, and we have a 10% flat tax. I'm paying $10 in taxes a year. Flat out $10. The other person pays $100K.
Good night, Melody.
I'm wrong. A libertarian who actually understands that the government has a purpose. Don't think those exist. It's true. I actually call myself a realist, but like, realistically, I think that the government has a purpose. It has that type of stuff, but I don't think quite as much regulation should be as what it is. I don't want to go into it because it's like a huge debate, and I know a lot of people get really uncomfortable with it. So
that's fair.
I mean,
the one thing we want to say is that nobody likes an extremist in any direction.
And, yeah,
you have to have balance.
You have to be balanced in all things, and too much of one thing, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. You know.
Yeah.
That's too much free market is bad, and too little free market is bad, if that makes any sense. Too much government intervention, and you have West Germany. Like, that's how I view it. Is you have too much. You need to find that balance between those two.
Of course,
you need to have enough where there's enough regulation, and then there's enough between the freedom. Because a free person is, let's just all face it. If we were all truly free, none of us would wear clothes. So, let's face it. If we were all truly free and we all didn't get hit by the cold or anything like that, no one would wear clothes. Let's be serious, guys.
We take shits out in the woods like bears.
No one wear bare pants all the time. It's okay. I'm a extremist. My political party is a Kumja. I agree. I don't wear clothes. Pants are stupid. Pants are for squares.
I like shorts. They're comfy and easy to wear.
You know what I miss? There's something from the late 90s, early 2000s that I wish would come back. Do you remember the pants that had zippers right along the knees so they could turn into shorts? Those were the best!
I don't think I've ever seen anybody wear them. I think I've seen commercials for them. But I don't think I've ever seen anybody wear those.
Those are the best pants. Those are the best pants.
Pants. Zipper pants.
Zipper pants!
I've never seen anybody wear those.
I scared so many people out of your chat by talking about that, and I feel bad.
Pango is a Pokemon boomer. Yeah, I grew up with him.
Yeah.
But then I realized that Digimon was better, and then I stopped watching Pokemon.
Which is your favorite Digimon?
Digimon or series?
The Digimon series.
The first 2 seasons were the best. Adventure.
I actually really like Frontier.
Everything after that, I was like, eh. And I kind of just stopped watching.
I like Frontier because the idea, like, okay, I like magical girls. So the idea of turning into, like, a Digimon sounds cool to me.
Oh, wow.
Got it.
But I believed all of it last night. I believed it because Rena looked very serious.
It's true that the grandson of the minister was found in
Takatsudo?
Takatsudo.
Takatsudo?
We did it. We didn't do it. She's actually right, they didn't do it. And we just acted as if we did.
Yeah, that's also true. What do you mean? Please explain.
Actually good Nerf fans and baby corn. What? You can buy baby corn. Baby corn still exists. Don't be crazy, Elise. I ate baby corn last week. Okay. The Onikafuchi Guardians protested violently during the dam conflict. They did something close to terrorism as well. Whoa, domestic terrorism! Wow, wow! Please, we don't condone that.
No.
But there were people who used the resistant movement for their own benefits. I've seen baby corn since I was a kid. Where did you buy it? The store. I bought it at Walmart. I'm like, like what? It's at the store in the canned vegetable section, man. They use the name of the Onikafuchi Guardians to rob people of money and valuables.
The Onikafuchi Guardians were a very aggressive force at that time. There's a high possibility that some people thought they could use the name to extort money.
The kidnapping case was one of those incidents. The kidnappers thought they could stifle the police investigation by acting as if they were the Onikafuchi Guardians. They kidnapped the boy to demand a ransom.
Oh.
To tell you the truth, the members of the Onikafuchi Guardians were all very surprised. They were actually impressed that those guys actually pulled it off. I remember that they said they'd give them an award.
Wait a second. So, the Onikafuchi Guardians has nothing to do with the kidnap?
No. No. Not at all.
Mion said it firmly.
I got him at Walmart.
It was a simple and clear answer, which left no room for suspicion. And thinking about it, it's nothing surprising. Kidnapping the grandson of a minister and negotiating with him in person is a huge deal. The Onikafuchi Guardians are a very aggressive group, but this operation wasn't so easy that it couldn't be carried out by any of the normal residents of Hinamizawa. It was obviously the work of professional criminals, without a doubt.
Like I said earlier, the Sonosaki family acted as if they were the masterminds of the kidnapping incident.
What do you mean by that?
This is a secret precept of the Sonosaki family. You can't tell anybody about this, okay? When an incident like this happens, we traditionally act as if we're responsible for it. It's a tradition of bluffing.
Bluffing? Really?
Yeah, we're really good at poker. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it works in our favor. It can be a criminal incident, the weather, or even lottery numbers. We act as if it happened because the Sonosaki family wanted it to happen. It started to sound as if we're a very powerful organization. Doesn't it? Well, that's the point. This is the secret strategy that only the Sonosaki family head knows about. This strategy is meant to make us look bigger and stronger than we really are.
Wow. Wow. So, what about the plan they had during the dam conflict? The one to attack the Ministry of Construction? Is that true? I heard that they obtained weapons and even trained for it.
That was the spin we put on it. There's no way we could actually carry out a plan like that.
I'm Pickle Rick!
Our real goal is to make people believe that we are capable of doing things like that, so we could exact pressure on the government. Oh, Pickle Rick. That's all.
Nice. Nice index.
I'm Pickle Rick.
I'm Pickle Rick!
I'm Pickle Rick!
They obtained weapons and went through training just so they could exact pressure? They had no intention of actually carrying out the plan? The Sonosaki family was just bluffing? That made sense. Of course it did. It's impossible to attack the Ministry of Construction. Even if they did it, it wouldn't solve the problem. All they had to do was use common sense. Even if they did, they would have been crushed within seconds by a huge number of policemen. Why didn't I think of that? What about the weapons and the training?
As for the weapons, no comment. But we did go through training. We needed to do it in order to make the bluff look real. We gathered some younger men from my father's office and appointed Kasai-san as the leader of the group. We went to the desert in Texas, played war games with some instructors, and went sightseeing in San Francisco afterwards. To San Francisco.
So, I couldn't think of anything else. It was obvious now. No. Rena and I both. We're completely fooled by the scrapbooks of Takano-san's delusion. I know what's so serious about it, so I believed her. But if you examined it closely, there were so many inconsistencies. I couldn't believe Rena took a delusion like that so seriously. I knew the reason why, though. She was still in a state of shock after being caught with the corpses that day. She was mentally unstable. Then she came across this tall tale, and she believed it. Rena's a smart girl. She wouldn't have taken it seriously if she was stable. Plus, another thing happened to wake me up from that delusion. The white van I saw yesterday came to school during lunch break. The 4 men in work uniforms I saw were there too. I said thank you to Mion and followed them. The man who talked to me yesterday knocked on the door to the teacher's office. Hello, I'm from Okonogi Gardeners.
Oh, thank you for coming. It's very hot today, isn't it?
It sure is. By the way, you look very beautiful today, as always. That's flirting. That's...
Thank you. Well, you can start whenever you're ready.
Oh, she friend zones the shit out of him right there.
Wow.
Just bam! Fuck no. Yes, we'll start right away. My account manager told me to give this to you.
The quote and the invoice? Let's see. The date is left blank on both of them. Well, there shouldn't be any problem. Thank you so much.
Alright, we'll start right away. The man was talking to Chi-sensei with a big smile. What are you doing here, my Barakun? Oh, principal! Who is that guy? The principal pointed his finger at the window. When I looked out, I heard the noise of an engine starting. The noise was coming from the engine of a motorized lawnmower. I saw young men in work uniforms taking another lawnmower, some brooms, and a ladder out of the van. They're gardeners. We haven't taken care of the grass around the fence and the trees for a long time. I wanted to clean them up before summer. Mr. Principal, thank you for giving us a call. The man noticed the principal, took off his hat and bowed. No need. I trust your work. Please take care of things. I think we can finish it today. You might make a lot of noise, though. Each worker took one of the tools and walked towards the fence where the grass was growing. The engine of the lawnmower was very loud, and the kids who were playing on the schoolyard looked at it curiously.
Hey! It's dangerous out there. Go back to your classroom.
It was Chi-sensei. He handed an envelope with the documents in it to the principal. It said Okonogi Gardeners in green on the envelope.
Principal, please sign this invoice and drop it off at their office next time you go to the town hall.
Of course. Will do. Chi-sensei. Did they come here yesterday?
Yes! They come here to look at the grass. They came here to look at the grass late in the afternoon. They told me they got lost on the way back because they tried to take a shortcut.
This village has a lot of small roads branching off everywhere, and they can be very confusing. I remember when I first came here, Chi-sensei started talking about when she got lost and they laughed together. There was never anything suspicious to begin with. I thought they were suspicious yesterday because of what Rena had told me. At first, I thought it wasn't unusual to see a white van. But then, right after I heard her creepy story, I saw a white van parked on the road and I got scared. The gardeners weren't familiar with the roads of Hinamizawa, and they got lost trying to take a shortcut on their way back. That's all. I had it totally twisted around? I believed that fake-sounding story? I believed that the Sonozaki family was working behind the scenes? And I fabricated the existence of a group of fanatical believers in my mind. Worse, I doubted Mion. Damn it. I'm such a fool. She's my friend. We each took each other's hands that day, saying that we're a family made of friends, and that we're friends, and that friends were friends no matter what. I said that, but then I doubted my friend. I'm so stupid. Anyway, Rena was the problem. She also needed to wake up from this crazy delusion. I had to hurry and wake her up. Rena seemed like she had no mind to listen to anyone else. She truly believes that the Sonozaki family are the masterminds of a large-scale conspiracy. I remembered the plate number of the white van, and I also remembered their faces. Without a doubt, this is one of the vans that had been following me. So far, I've confirmed that 3 or 4 cars have been following me. I could especially recall the white van because it followed me around the longest of all. The people who are in the other cars must be lookouts, and the ones in this van must be tasked with direct contact, like kidnapping or assassination. The lookouts secure the surroundings, and the ones in the van attack the target. That's a common maneuver involved in both kidnapping and assassination. The scrapbook said that too. Well, this is Rena talking out. If so, I'd better watch out because it was them, not the lookouts, who came to the school premises. I don't think they'll attack me while I'm in school. They're in the early stage of their covert operation now, hiding their fangs and claws until the last stage of their horrifying scheme. That's why they won't take action at the school, where people are watching. But it looked like they were talking with Chi-sensei in a very friendly way. I could only hear bits and pieces of their conversation, but it sounded very suspicious. I tried to remember the chatter and the movements of their mouths, and I played my memory of it like a videotape in my mind. Hello, XXXXX redact.
Oh, thank you for coming. It's very hot today, isn't it?
It sure is, redacted. You redacted today, redacted. What the fuck? It sounds like he's like cursing at her or some shit.
Yeah,
saying,
it's exactly what we heard Kiichi over here, but it's her just looking at their lips, so she can't read what some of the words are. Thank you. Well, you can get started whenever you're ready.
Yes, we'll start right away. My account manager told me to give this to you.
The redacted and redacted? I see. Redacted is left blank on redacted. Da-da-da-da-da! Well, there shouldn't be any problem. Thank you so much.
Alright, well, redacted. I used the information I had to guess what was going on. I played the video again and again in my mind. I also paused it and played it in slow motion again to check many times. Her fucking head has a VCR in it. Then, something unbelievably horrifying started to emerge. There's no doubt that they're acquainted with Chi-sensei. But I've never seen them visit the school before, so it's hard to believe that Chi-sensei is their contact. There's no doubt that they're a death squad under the direct control of the Sonozaki family. They have the local accent, which proves that they were chosen from the Sonozaki family core. The death squad was talking with Chi-sensei. They know each other. What's the relationship? Who's Chi-sensei anyway? During the dam conflict, Hinamizawa's school was closed and it was merged with the one in Okinomiya. But the Onagafuchi Guardians didn't accept that, and they made a part of the Forestry Service building into a school. But needless to say, the school they made didn't have a teacher. So it was only going to be a token form of resistance. But a teacher who had a strong passion for education felt sorry for the children when she came to work there. That was Rumiko Chi-sensei. It was obviously strange. Teachers are government employees, and they now normally belong to their prefectures. As long as they lie low and don't cause trouble, they don't get fired, and they don't get demoted. They can work up until the official retirement age, and they're guaranteed to get a fixed retirement fund. He was one of those government employees, but she defied the Board of Education and came to work for Hinamizawa. The villagers admire her as a teacher of passion. I heard that Oryo Sonozaki herself successfully negotiated with the Board of Education that suspended Chi-sensei for defying their orders. It was easy to get an answer from this by connecting the dots. Chi-sensei was recruited by Oryo Sonozaki as a teacher to work at the school Onagafuchi Guardians had created. In other words, she was already working for Oryo before she came here. As for the principal, he was the principal of the school in Hinamizawa from the beginning. He's a respected person of this region, and he's closely associated with the three families for a long time. So that means this school has been under the control of the Sonozaki family all along. That's why Chi-sensei is acquainted with the death squad. It makes sense now. Chi-sensei confirmed I came to school today, made a phone call, and called him here? I don't want to know why she called him here. If she called him just to monitor me, they'd wait near the gate until class was over. But they came out to the school premises. Why? Stop pretending to be a fool, Rena Ryugu. You think nothing will happen if you pretend not to notice it? Think hard, and calm down, Rena Ryugu. What will they try to do to me today in school? In school? How are they going to do anything with my classmates and friends around me? It's easy. Chi-sensei will tell me to come to the teacher's office during the last class of the day. What about my clubmates? That's easy too. Chi-sensei can easily make them go home early using her authority as a teacher. She can make up any reason she wants. Maybe the classroom is going to have carpentry work done today, so they can't stay in school. It sure is redacted. You redacted today. Redacted.
Well, thank you. Well, you can start whenever you're ready.
See? There's no doubt. They clearly said they're ready to do it today. And what else? Yes, we'll start right away. My account manager told me to give this to you.
The blink and the blink, I see. Blink is left blank on blank. Ba-ba-ba. Well, there shouldn't be any problem. Thank you so much.
I see. They gave Chi-sensei an envelope with some documents in it. That blank is an eerie phrase. Was my name supposed to be in the blank? Why is it left blank? What does that mean? I told you, Rena Ryugu. Do you still think that nothing will happen if you pretend not to notice it? Stop that. So, what it must mean is that it's an order from the higher up. It says to make Rena Ryugu become blank. She's losing her fucking mind right now. Jesus.
Yeah, she's paranoid.
Oh my god. I took a peek from the shadows and I saw the principal taking documents out of the envelope. He started reading them. He looked stern. He looked very serious. I wish I could take a peek at the documents, but I was too far away. I kept looking at him just to see if he'd react at all, and then an envelope caught my eye. The envelope said Okonogi Gardeners, and it had some numbers that looked like a phone number. Fortunately, I have good eyesight. I memorized the number. If they're a death squad, the gardening company must be a camouflage occupation. It probably doesn't even exist. I wanted to find out. I looked for a phone. There's only one phone, and it's in the teacher's office. Fortunately, the teachers were chatting in the hallway looking at the gardeners. It was now or never. I made sure nobody was watching me go into the teacher's office. I rushed in and grabbed the phone on the principal's desk. I went over the phone number in my head and dialed it up. I'm glad they have a touch tone phone. It would have been difficult if it was a rotary dial. If somebody answered, I'd only have to ask, is this the Okonogi Gardeners? I'd wait for the answer before hanging up. It should be easy. It connected. The number you dialed is... I felt a cold chill run through my body from the bottom of my feet. Wait, don't make a quick judgment. I might have remembered the wrong number wrong. No, I know I remembered it right. It was an easy number to remember. It's impossible to remember it wrong. Then did I dial it wrong? I put the phone down and started over. This time, I dialed the number more slowly. The teachers might be coming back at any time. In that situation, it was risky to do anything slowly. But I needed to make absolutely sure. The number you dialed it's the same. There's no doubt. The company Okanogi Gardeners doesn't exist. It's just a camouflage occupation for the Sonozaki family's death squad. Please make sure the number you dialed is correct. The number you dialed is... I was too stunned to put down the receiver. The announcement kept running over and over again. The voice was cold and creepy. I hung up the phone and rushed out of the teacher's office. I ran to the bathroom and held my head in an attempt to cool down. Calm down, Rena. Calm down, Rena Ryugu. Stay cool. Rena Ryugu. I wasn't safe here anymore. If I stayed here, I might be erased, even in the open. They'd erase me? Why? They aren't certain that I have the scrapbooks. I told Keiichi-kun where I hid the scrapbooks. Yesterday, I told him I hid them in my hideout, in the garbage dump. Is Keiichi-kun in cahoots with the Sonozaki family? I felt as if my head was a pot that was cooking some dubious stew. There's only soup in my brain. I cut up clues, information, and facts just like I cut vegetables, and threw them into the pot. Some of them were floating on the surface, and others were on the bottom of the pot. They were being cooked in a boiling soup. No, it can't be. Keiichi-kun is on my side. He's the only one who's on my side. He held out his hand to me at the trash piles. There was no lie in that hand. When we grabbed my wrist, I felt nothing but his strong and pure heart. He promised he'd be on my side. I shouldn't doubt Keiichi-kun. He's the only one I should trust. He's the only one who's on my side right now.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Keiichi. I was about to tell you. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry.
I said it out loud on purpose, full of regret that I doubted Keiichi-kun, the only one who's on my side. Now that I think about it, whether I have the scrapbooks or not might not matter to them. Erase anyone who's suspicious. That's the safest way. Does that mean they're in a hurry? The day of Orishiro-sama's revival might be just around the corner. And that's why they're trying to get rid of any small fish bones that are stuck in the throat, by any means, before it's too late. We don't need her anymore. Just erase her if you're worried so much. I could easily picture Oryo Sonozaki saying that. Picture? No, she did say that. That's why they're here today. What should I do? What should I do? Should I wait until school is over? I was like a fish in a pond. No matter how many times I escaped from the net, I was in the pond, and they own the pond. I didn't stand a chance. Then, what should I do now? I couldn't keep escaping from the net. I should get out of the pond. I didn't know how to fight them. I didn't know who was on my side. I was about to give in to despair. For now, I'd have to think about how to survive this. But at least have time to think about how to fight against them. I have to get out of this pond. When I was about to leave the bathroom, one of my classmates came in. I pretended to be sick and talked to the girl while leaning on the wall.
I don't feel so good. I think I better go home. Can you tell Chihei-sensei I left school early?
I shouldn't let Chi-sensei know that I'm leaving school early if I'm trying to run away from them. But if I didn't, they might think I ran away without a cause. That might lead them to chase after me without mercy. If that happens, I don't stand a chance. They're planning to capture me after school is over, but I happen to feel sick and left school early. If they took it that way, they wouldn't think that I noticed the noose tightening around me. I was about to go back to the classroom to get my bag, but I changed my mind and turned around. I didn't need my bag anymore. I realized nobody was watching me, so I stopped pretending to be sick and started running. She go cray cray, she cray! Jesus Christ. Chi-sensei, take a look at this.
Take a look. Is something wrong with the documents?
Yes. The date on the quote and invoice are left blank. They're supposed to put today's date here.
Oh, they wanted to leave them blank. They said that they couldn't put the same dates on the quote and the invoice. They're told to leave them blank by General Affairs.
Oh, okay then. And this, the phone number on the invoice is different from the one on the envelope. Do you know which is the correct one?
Oh, I didn't notice that. Hello, excuse me.
Yes? What's the matter?
The phone number on the invoice is different from the one on the envelope. Which one is correct?
Oh! It's the one on the invoice. I used the old envelope we used to use at our former office. I'm sorry about that. I told our part-timer to add a stamp with a new phone number, but I guess she forgot. I apologize for the confusion. Can you just erase the number? Wah! Uh-oh. Rena's gonna go kill everybody now, because she's going cray cray.
Oh no.
That seems like what's gonna happen now.
Probably.
They haven't even found the fucking bodies yet.
Nope.
Yep.
Take out 3. The
Dang.
danger? Me.
Go ahead.
I do it. Yeah.
What?
The danger of the cultural balance syndrome lies in the fact that it can easily trigger delusional misidentification syndrome. That is to say, in the current case, every time the patient sees something trivial, she'll try to interpret it as a curse. And it's believed that the result of the accumulation of these events in an unstable form, a delusional system is created, ultimately leading to paranoia. Yep. Furthermore, the patient is also exhibiting slight signs of personality disorder. Of course, it's a very mild level, and it's not causing any hindrance whatsoever to the patient's daily life. It's common for even healthy individuals to have primary delusions in their daily lives. But they usually ignore it automatically without recognition, since those delusions are nonsensical. However, there are cases where these delusions accumulate despite being incomprehensible. Incomprehensible? It largely depends on the particular characteristics of the individual, and it's believed that the patient shows relative strong characteristics in that area. I believe you're much aware of the primary delusions. That primary delusions are categorized into 3 different kinds. Delusional mood is the feeling of impending crisis without basis. Delusional
Intuition?
intuition. Okay, yeah, delusional intuition is the feeling of the sense of duty or goal without basis. Delusional perception is the feeling of a baseless cause between a baseless target. In the patient's case, it's believed that the incomprehensible delusions accumulated acted out simultaneously with the culture-bound syndrome, which targeted the delusional misidentification syndrome. So much word. And it's ultimately caused the incomprehensible delusions to become
Understandable?
understandable by interpreting them as a curse. The incomprehensible delusional system induces understandable secondary delusions, further strengthening the patient's delusional system with the passage of time. I can words today. The delusional parasitosis mentioned earlier can be considered a secondary delusion. A common factor of all causes. Let me yawn. Oh my god. A common factor of all cases of paranoia is that even after the outbreak, they still appear perfectly normal with no change in their personalities. The patients are unaware of their own ailments, and due to their personal interpretations of their delusional system. There are many cases where the patients arm themselves logically, making it extremely difficult for a third party to point out that they are having a delusion. Furthermore, although it depends on the tendency of the delusions, there are also cases where a precursory delusion turns into a pursuit delusion or conspiracy delusion, resulting in the patient creating an imaginary enemy and taking up an antisocial behavior. My core hurts. Yeah, mine too. For example, there are cases where believers of a religious cult were deeply influenced by the cult's founders' paranoid delusions, which shifted the group into a conspiracy delusion, and that made them conduct antisocial behavior in the name of self-defense.
Hurts? Were you doing fucking sit-ups or something? Jesus.
Although no such cases have been reported in Japan yet, it could very well happen in the near future. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Fortunately, a patient hasn't reached that serious condition as of now. With proper treatment, she should be able to make a full recovery. Meow. Please make sure that her father also understands that this is not an unusual case.
I'm lying down, but shifting between my side and front. Oh, okay.
Aw, meow. Meow? But something caused by the accumulation of number of innocent factors, God, can you move? That anyone could have. The patient can be treated only by deepening her bond with her father. As long as she has that bond, she will certainly be treated. Meow. 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 Sorry, I'm trying to get him to meow again. He's so
Right.
loud sometimes.
Getting him to talk. Eh.
For the reasons above, if the patient is to return to her home village, I strongly recommend that the patient continue to receive guidance from specialized medical institutions. Sorry. Please excuse me for writing such a long letter. Now give me chicken. Thank you for reading this until the very end. It was quite wordy.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You sit on the keyboard again?
They're like, no, please get me some Starbucks.
Oh. I would drink caffeine, but I cannot
Why?
because it's too late. If I drink caffeine now, I'll never sleep.
Don't you never sleep anyway?
You're not wrong. Or I do what I did yesterday and I sleep for an entire day.
Or you just play League throughout the night?
League. I just play League.
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 They're mowing the grass near the fence, which is probably a cover to monitor the surroundings. Just in case I tried to escape from the school. But they must have been thinking that would happen only after school was over. They seemed to have no idea that I'd already noticed their plan and was trying to run away at the very moment. Rena versus Gardeners, who's gonna win?
Indy Cat, my beloved.
He likes to meow.
He really does. He's chasing a laser light right now.
I couldn't use the front gate since they'd find me easily. I moved behind the school building, made sure nobody was around the curry garden, ran through it, and dashed into the forest. I walked through the dense undergrowth, stepping on dead wood and climbing over fallen trees. After walking through the forest for a while, I came to a small road. I know many back roads in this village because of our club activities, and that knowledge had finally come in handy. So, what should I do now? I'm sure the girl already passed on my message to Shi-sensei. Those men must be going crazy by now, knowing that I ran away. You gonna go dig up the bodies?
I don't know. After a laser. Did anyone else talk to Ryuko-san before she left school?
Everybody in class looked at each other and shook their heads. Shi-sensei looked a bit upset that Rena left school early without telling her in person.
Renaissance been feeling sick these days. She left her bag here. What happened to her?
I have a bad feeling about this.
What?
I think I know what's going on. I'm not sure, but I have a very bad feeling about this. She must have taken another ridiculous story seriously or something. I hope she won't do anything crazy. Yeah, right. I hurried home. My father might be at his new job, or he might have gone shopping. He wasn't around when I got there. Now that they're on the move, I'm no longer safe in my house. They're very dangerous people. They're trained to be capable of attacking the Ministry of Construction, and they actually pulled off the kidnapping of the grandson of the minister. Locked doors and windows don't mean anything to them. In fact, it'd be like I was hiding in a box, which they could just open up to get at me. I could no longer stay at my home. Crazy? In this town? No way. It's very sad and very frustrating. I killed Rena and Tepe and finally regained a peaceful life with my father. What?
I just thought, yeah, she's not California. She can't be that crazy.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It was funny.
Utah supremacy over here. Jesus.
Oh, come on. You can make fun of my state any day.
I don't really know all that much about your state, besides Mormons.
I know, because there's nothing here.
I guess so.
It's because we're a desert flyover state. There's nothing here. Like, legitimately.
So, okay, I got a question, Index.
What?
If a man says something, and there isn't any woman nearby to hear it, right? Is the man still wrong?
Is he saying something wrong?
He's just saying something.
But is it wrong?
That's up to you to decide.
Here's the thing: if it's a wrong fact, then yes.
Oh my god.
It's like, but I believe that people are wrong. I don't believe in that gender-y thing.
Okay, there was a
I actually don't believe in.
It was
Men
a joke.
are always wrong.
It was a joke. Fuck.
Oh, sorry.
We'll say yes.
Yes.
He's probably wrong.
Yes, he's probably wrong.
I asked a friend of mine that, and she said that it was funny.
The only one I don't like is the only state I don't like is Florida, and that's just because I don't like how humid it is, and I can't breathe. Yeah, I'm like a Florida man.
Oh god.
Florida man. Florida man.
Mosquitoes
Florida
though.
man.
Them mosquitoes though.
Florida man. Oh, mosquitoes are worse in Minnesota.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Because of still
Like-
water?
According to one of my friends who, she was living in Minnesota, she texts me at 5 a.m. She's like, the insects of the demon world have entered our realm. Like, what? She
They
sent
really
me a picture of a mosquito the size of her hand.
Oh.
I'm like, I feel like we're all gonna die.
Oh my god, dude,
So funny.
that fucking big? Uh-oh. Elise has redeemed spin the wheel. 1 second, Elise.
Spin the wheel.
I made it a point. I made it a point redeem now.
Spin the wheel of misfortune.
So people can redeem it for 3,000 points, but they only get one redeem per stream.
What is it? I get my peaches out in Georgia. I get my weed from California.
Let's see what
Yeah,
Elise
that's
gets.
right.
Oh shit! Congratulations, Elise. You get a penguin now. There you go,
I wonder if
Elise.
you could do it like a haughty anime girl. Like the ho 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 ho.
I don't know.
Wah, 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 wah.
I don't know. That sounds weird. That sounds really weird.
Shut up! Shut up!
Shut
Shut the fuck up, penguin!
I'm gonna do that like at the end of every laugh now.
God damn it. I try not to!
Is that how you break the ice? Just go.
No! That's not how you break the ice. You gotta get a drill.
Do the anime princess a ho ho laugh, but in your squeaky toy voice. Oh my god.
I don't know how high I can go.
Good lord.
I mean, I probably, if I tried really hard, I could hit an F sharp, but...
Beautiful.
Beautiful! It was so good!
I killed Rena and Tepe. Finally regained a peaceful life with my father. How could this happen to me? I remember.
I made my mistakes.
Oh, that fucking
Got
sucks.
nowhere to hide.
How could
And
this
the
happen
night
to
goes
me?
on as I'm fading away. Sorry. I deserve death. I'm sorry. I'm not funny. I'll read it.
Hold on one second.
Penguin. Penguin!
What? What's the matter?
Did you die?
No, I'm okay.
I can't hear you.
Hold on, let me look at this.
Ah, he's yelling at me and know it.
Huh? I'm winning at you?
He's yelling at me, I know it.
I'm yelling at you? Why? What? What? What?
I can hear now. I touched the back of my headphones and turned the sound.
Oh no.
Don't make fun of me, I'm dumb.
I remembered what Keiichi-kun told me before. It expressed my feelings better than anything. Kano-san left
Why do you do it every time like I legitimately need to take a breath and I make a squeaky noise? That's what makes me so bad about it!
The Kano-san left us a huge parting gift. Why did she give me those terrifying scrapbooks? Why did she tell me the secret of the unthinkable conspiracy? She got me into this. I didn't do anything. It's all Mio-san's fault.
Stop!
Gonna get Index to break her fucking keyboard now.
Oh, I'm hitting my desk. Oh my god.
But who was interested in her stories? I was. We let her continue talking. I did. I did that out of curiosity.
I'm lightheaded. I can't anymore. I'm gonna die. I had to take my glasses off. I'm legit lightheaded.
Index wears glasses.
Cheeks hurt. My cheeks hurt.
Index
I
wears
wear
glasses.
glasses.
Nerd!
I know!
We let the memories of Ibaraki return and told Mio-san about them. I did. I depended on Mio-san, hoping that she could somehow save me from the memories I've been trying to forget. I shouldn't have remembered anything about that bizarre incident. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have gotten involved in that unthinkable conspiracy, and I could have just played around with my friends today. But even if I didn't know about the... my god.
What?
Ooh.
Sorry.
But even if I didn't know about the...
for it to be so loud.
Now you're obligated to send feed pics.
No, I'm not!
But even if I didn't know about the conspiracy, it'd still continue behind the scenes. I would have been one member of the mob running in a panic and not knowing what's going on. And on the day of Oyashiro-sama's revival, I would have been just swallowed up in their conspiracy anyway. Would I be happier if I faced the day without knowing anything? Would I be happier if I struggled knowing about it but ended up swallowed by it? If I'm going to end up the same way no matter what I choose to do, I'll fight. I'll choose to fight. Because that's how I seized my happiness before. When Rena invaded my home, seducing my father, I felt like it was the end of the world. I lived on the verge of despair every day. I thought that was the worst misfortune that could befall anyone. But the way things are going, it wasn't really that bad at all. I had only 2 enemies, Rena Mamiya and Teppei Hojo. I knew my enemies and I knew how many there were. I lured them out one by one and I attacked them in the dark. It was a very easy problem to solve. These 2 pieces of shit. What about this one? I don't know who my enemies are, and I don't know how many or how strong they are. Even the people I once trusted might be my enemies. I can't possibly be sure. It's totally different from the previous problem. They might be the end of the world. This might be the end of the world. Bleh. This time, it really was the worst thing that could possibly happen. But is that really the case? With Rena, I felt like it was the end of the world, but I no longer think it was that bad. So this might turn out to be an easy problem to solve in the end, and I might be able to laugh about it someday. I know that day will come. I know it for sure. So I shouldn't think about this as the end of the world. Let's fight. I can fight. I can still struggle. I'd eat grass and drink mud if I needed to. The fuck? I'm going to bet on the 1% chance even though it's unbelievably small. If Mio-san didn't leave me the scrapbooks, I wouldn't even have been able to sit at the table to bet. I was lucky that I received the scrapbooks because they gave me the chance to choose my future. If I don't fight, they'll spread the terrible parasite and this village will face a great disaster. According to the legend, when the demons first came out of the swamp, people became demons right after being infected. And it happened while they were inside the village. These days, symptoms appear only when infected people leave the village, but that only applies to the latter, weak parasite. The original parasite can reenact the curse of Orishiro-sama even when infected or in this village. The legend of Orishiro-sama will be reborn. Humans and demons will start killing each other, and Orishiro-sama will come down to pacify the disaster. That's what they want. They want people to prostrate themselves before the miracle, and only the people who truly worship Orishiro-sama will be saved. I see. I know their true intention now. They're going to reenact the legend of Orishiro-sama. After all, the villagers will always say that Rika-chan is his reincarnation. The stage is all set. They're going to use the parasite as the curse. So, how are they going to make it look like Orishiro-sama came down to pacify everyone? I get it. They must have some kind of medicine, a specific cure for the parasite. When they recreated the stronger form of the parasite, they found a cure for it at the same time. They're going to use this cure to save only those people who believe in Orishiro-sama. As a result, this village will only have those fervent believers. Protect the village's prostates. Give them all prostate exams. They're going to make themselves the absolute rulers of Hinamizawa. Wait, I still might be underestimating them. Are they going to carry out that horrifying act of bioterrorism only inside Hinimazawa? History proves that, when their goal is to control others, people desire to spread the religion across a wide area. I'm sure they conducted research not only to bring back the primitive form of the parasite, but also to overcome its weakness, namely that it only thrives in Hinimazawa. According to Mio-san's research, the parasite doesn't like hosts to be far from the region. Its weakness is distance. If they could extend the distance, if they could extend the area where it can live, I wonder how far along their research is. By now, the parasite might be able to live not only in Hinimazawa, but in Okinomiya as well. Or maybe even in the city. Maybe the whole prefecture? It might be able to cover nearby prefectures as well. This is too serious to just call a conspiracy. It's horrifying enough and it's large scale enough to call it a revolution. The day of revival is probably not far off. I can tell by how they killed Mio-san and by the extent of their pressure they're putting on me. They're trying to get rid of the small fish bones stuck in their throat by any means because the day is coming ever closer. I'm the only one who can stand up against a revolution. I can't trust anybody. I think I can trust Keiichiku, but no one else. Michan is out of the question. I can't trust Rika-chan either. Satoko-chan and Rika-chan stick together like superglue, so I can't trust Satoko-chan either. I can't trust any adults. I can't trust anybody. No one is on my side. I have to stand up against them alone. The clock is ticking towards the day, and the ticking noise made me frustrated. How should I fight against them? What should I do? I needed time to think. I needed a place, a safe area where I could concentrate on thinking. Fortunately, I had such an area already. My hideout at the garbage dump. Nobody ever goes there, so it's safe. Can't actually trust Kei-chan. Like, didn't she... didn't she just flip-flop about trusting him? Like 3 times now? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Even if they found out about the place, I'm familiar with its surroundings. I know escape routes and places where I can hide. But it has a big shortcoming as a hiding place. It's not hard to imagine what it is. I don't have any stock of food there. That's why I came home. I opened one of my father's drawers and took out his cash box. The contents haven't changed since the last time I looked inside. There are many new 10,000 yen bills in the cash box. I took them all. I couldn't tell how many bills there actually were, but it looked like about 80 of them. This should be plenty. If I waited them long enough to use all this money, that would mean that I did pretty well. Plus, I might use it to buy someone off. You can never have too much money, especially in a situation like this. It's fucking stealing from her daddy? Fuck.
Yeah, and there are about 80 of those bills, right?
Yeah.
Each one's about $100. Think about that.
80 times 100 is 80,000? Wait.
8,000.
Okay, yeah. I didn't take
She
the bank
stole-
book
Still $8,000.
from her daddy.
Yeah.
If they were waiting for an ambush at the bank, I'd be done for. It's too risky to withdraw money at the bank. I grabbed my backpack. I took the key from my bicycle. I put everything I think would be convenient to have in the backpack. I didn't care if it got heavy. I'd choose what was necessary to carry around later at my hideout. If there ended up being something I didn't need, I could leave it there. I looked at the clock. It had been 30 minutes since I came home. I stayed here too long. I rushed out of the house. I went to a small convenience store and bought as much sweetbread and canned food as I could fit in my backpack. An old lady was at the register. Probably suffering from dementia, she showed no interest in the extraordinary amount of food I was buying. But as soon as the manager of the store checked the sales that night, he'd find out. The idea didn't bother me much because I no longer walk around the village in the daylight anyway. My backpack was full and the cans hurt my back as I walked. But that didn't bother me either. I got to my hideout, still carrying the heavy backpack. I organized the stuff I bought. It was very heavy to carry, but now I had sufficient food. The abandoned construction office still has running water, so I could get some there. I wanted to get some vegetables, but in a situation like this, I could hardly complain. After I got organized things, After I organized things, I took up the scrapbooks I hid there and put my brain into top gear, flipping through the pages. So now what? How am I going to stand up against this gigantic conspiracy? I needed to calm down, stay cool, but also to think fast. There might not be a lot of time, so I'd have to hurry, but I don't know what to do. It's easy to run into school in the morning when I oversleep. It's easy because I know where I should go. But now, I don't know where I should go or what I should do. Now that I've come to this point, I should tell Iyashi-san everything. It's highly likely he's an enemy, but that doesn't matter anymore. If it was true, I'd just declare war. But if he was on my side, he'd be my only remaining hope. I'm far too weak to stand alone against the terrifying scale of his conspiracy. Poison instilled fear throughout Japan. I'd have to use a public phone to make the phone call. There's only one public phone in this village that stands at a place where it's hard for people to spot you. The phone booth. That one? Shit. It stands in the middle of nowhere where nobody really comes around. Many bugs gather around the light when it's dark, and it's not a pleasant place to go to. But I can't think of any other public phones I can use to contact Iyashi-san without being seen. Even though it stands in the middle of nowhere, it's still dangerous to use in the daylight. I should wait until nightfall and take advantage of the darkness. I heard that Iyashi-san had been holed up in the station since Mio-san's murder case, so I should be able to reach him any time. I have the number for the direct line to his office, too. The sky was still bright. Even though I had no time, I still had to wait for it to get dark. Frustrated, I glared at the sunset. I should find something to do. I couldn't waste any time that I had, so there must be something to do. After I thought about what I could do, I found there was something I wanted to confirm. Something I've been worried about. I couldn't do anything else before it got dark anyway. Staying here doing nothing would just make me more frustrated. I made my decision and left the hideout. Rena's father paced up and down restlessly in front of the house. A bicycle appeared, its rider ringing the bell. Police officer! Here! Over here! A police officer from Hinawazawa police station had shown up. Having rushed to get here, he was breathing hard. I hope you didn't wait too long. Please tell me what happened. I know I locked the door before I left. When I came back, the door was left open and he let the police officer into the house. And look, my cash box was left open in my room. Is this how you found it? You didn't touch anything? I didn't touch the cash box itself because I thought they might have left fingerprints. I did touch the contents a little bit to check what was missing. And what did they take? They didn't take my bank books or my personal seal, but they took the cash. They didn't take your bank books or personal seal, huh? You were lucky. Professional thieves today don't take bank books because they know how easily they can get caught by using them. This might be a professional cat burglar. Instead of taking the cash box with him, he opened it here. He has to be a pro. So how much cash was in there? I haven't counted it for a long time, but I believe there are about 110,000 yen bills. Ah, I see. Did you tell anybody that you had that much cash in here? No, I didn't, but they probably knew I kept some cash in the house. They? Who are they? Can you tell me more about them? Well, it's kind of an embarrassing story. Her name is Rena Mamiya, and just then the phone rang. Oh, excuse me, I'll just go get that. Please give me a minute. He grabbed the phone. Hello, this is the Ryugu residence. You awake, Index?
Yeah,
You fall asleep?
definitely didn't.
Still, though, I wish I could stamp instead of signing my signature. Seems like something an important person would do. Huh. Personal
True.
seal sounds cool, but I know that they're usually less convenient.
Wait, let me put my glasses back on.
Oh no, Index. Oh no.
I definitely did fall asleep a little bit.
Oh, poor Index. I'm
It's
gonna
like 10 a.m.
I'm gonna call it in like 20 minutes.
10 p.m. almost. We can just finish this part. It'll be fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Alright. Hello. This is my Bara. Is Renaissance there? No, she hasn't come back from school yet. She hasn't? I'm very sorry, but I'm in the middle of something right now. Can you call back later? I'm sorry. Bye. He hung up after that. You can read this if you want. This is Rena.
I was stunned. It didn't look like anything had changed on the surface. It was hard to find this place at all because it was perfectly blends in with the surroundings. Oh, she is gonna go dig up the dead bodies.
Looks like it.
I only found this place again because I remembered there was a tree with a big lump of wood on it nearby. What?
Meow.
The spot where I buried the corpses was perfectly camouflaged, as if nothing had happened. That's why, at first, I thought I came to the wrong place. But I could make certain once I stuck the shovel in the ground. I should be able to tell right away whether this place was dug up before or not. After several false starts, I found the exact spot where I buried the corpses. But the biggest problem of all is that there are no bags in there at all. Why? How come? Did I bury them deeper than this? No, I didn't. I remember exactly how deep I buried them. I know I didn't bury them deeper than this. Don't sit your little tail and butt on my keyboard, damn it.
Oh.
That's how you made the computer go really weird a few days ago. Sorry, my cat is just being really clingy.
Uh-oh.
I wasn't expecting this. I came here to check for the corpses. I just wanted to do that to kill some time. Yes. I didn't want to stay in my hideout doing nothing, so I came here to check if the corpses I buried were still there.
I will tuck Dexy into bed, said Celine. Huh. How nice of her.
I need to be tucked into bed. I need to put on my jammies and go bed soon. I'd make sure that they were still there and I'd feel relieved. It was supposed to go like that. This was such an unexpected turn of events that I broke into a cold sweat. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I need to calm down to think about what happened.
This is just like what happened in Chapter 3, where the fucking body disappeared.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like it's supernatural and not anything else.
Scientific.
Yeah. Corpses can't come back to life and crawl out of the ground. Unless they're Mion. Someone must have dug them out. Who did it? And for what purpose? Did anybody happen to see us burying the corpses here? Or did they dig them out of... Oh, look! Or did they dig them out after we left?
Here's the thing, they didn't bury the bodies. You know what they did? They ate them.
I knew you did.
Oh, you got me!
I did. What if they handed them over to the police? No, it can't be. It's been quite a while since the day we buried them here.
They ate them.
Yum, yum, yum. It was before the Watanagashi festival. So if the police didn't find the corpses, when Iyashi contacted me, he had to know about Rena and Tebe. But he didn't tell me anything about them.
It was the gardeners. They took the bodies.
Oh,
They ate them.
fertilizer. Good old-fashioned fertilizer. I didn't think he was hiding anything on purpose either. So that means the police didn't know about Rena and Tebe yet, right? Then where are the corpses gone? Oh, then where? That would leave only one answer.
Katie came and ate them.
Katie! Who knows about this place? Who knows? One of us came back here, dug out the bags, and took them away! The first person who comes to mind is Mion. I mean, the Sonozaki family. I can't think of a reason why they would do that. The murder of Rena and Tebe has nothing to do with them. Sorry, another yawn. I'm sure they don't want to get involved either, let alone be falsely accused. They must want to stay as far away from this case as possible. Why would they want to keep the corpses? It's like keeping a Joker, even though you'll lose if you have the Joker in the end of the game. If I were Mi-chan, what would I do? What would I do if I was club president? The Joker is a card you want to get rid of, at least in the game I mentioned earlier, but it's become a powerful card in other games. What kind of game would that be? An electric shock ran through my spine. At that same time I realized it. They're one step ahead of me. The Sonozaki family got the corpses to use them as the Joker, as a wild card. They're trying to use them to sell me out to the police. The Sonozaki family is trying to kill me using their death squad, but they want to have insurance just in case I fail. The thing they're afraid of most is that they might work together with the police. If I could prevent this from happening, I'd have no one to work with. If they could prevent that from happening, I'd have no one to work with. If that happens, I can no longer run away from them. I'll still be a fish in their pond.
Uh-oh.
They're going to use the corpses to sell me out to the police for the murder of Rena and Tebe. If the police start seeing me as a suspect, they'll never listen to my story. They could have been my last hope, but this will certainly turn them against me. But I'm sure the Sonozaki family doesn't want to use their Joker unless absolutely necessary. After all, me and Sonozaki helped me bury the corpses. Plus, they don't want the police to hover around Hinaminazawa when the day of the revival is so close. I'm going to call Iyashi tonight. I'm going to ask him for help. I'm going to tell him everything, including the things I haven't told Kiichi-kun. I don't know if Iyashi-san, believe me. This is a gamble, and my chance of winning is very small. Plus, my worst enemy has the Joker and the bags with the corpses inside. I'm impressed with Mion. That's just what I'd expect from the leader of our club. This is a battle that I'm betting my life on. To Mion, this is like a board game taking place in across Hinaminazawa itself. I have no idea why I'm this tired.
You get enough sleep?
I should have. Theoretically. 4 hours is fine. I grinned, repeating to myself that it's just a game. Oh, it's just a game. I put my life on the line for every club activity we do. Because I don't want to suffer the punishment. It's time That's become the literal truth. There could only be one reason they're trying this. They're trying so hard to drive me into a corner. It's because they're afraid of me. I assumed I was just a little girl with no power, running about in confusion. Well, my enemy must not be thinking that way. If they didn't think that I was a threat to them, they wouldn't take risks like this to drive me into a corner. That means the scrapbook Mio-san left me must be more dangerous to them than I think they are. I see. They have a joker. But so do I. The joker I have is so deadly and so powerful that I can break their plot into pieces. That's why they're so eager to find me.
4 hours is not fine. Bad, Dexy, bad, says Elise.
No. Oh. The cordon mouse really can bite a cat. I felt fear towards my enemy face fade away all of a sudden. Just as I fear them, so do they fear me too. So this is an evenly matched game. I don't have as bad of a hand as I thought I did. I was right to come here. I found out about the card my enemy was holding. This is a big deal. I felt everything shiver with excitement. I grinned to encourage myself. I didn't need to be here any longer. They know this place. They might come here to find me. It's not safe for me to stay here for long. I decided to go back to my hideout. On the way back, I passed close to my house. I noticed something different right away. I hid behind a bush and looked in front of my house. My father was talking to a police officer. I strained to catch their conversation.
Yes. Usually parks it there.
My father pointed to the place where I usually park my bicycle.
Okay. Please let us know whenever your daughter comes back. We'll try to find her as well.
Mii-chan, you're good. Did you already play your Joker? Mia always starts a battle by attacking without hesitation, and wins. It seems like the police are already after me. My chance of being able to explain the conspiracy to Iyashi was small already, but this makes it even smaller. No. That's why I'm going to talk to Iyashi. He sees the Sonozaki family as his enemy, and he's trying to expose everything about them before his retirement. That's why he'll be on my side. He's not going to fall for their trick. Of course, there's a high possibility that everything was part of their trap from the very beginning. It's possible that he claimed that the Sonozaki family was his enemy in order to make me believe that he's on my side. But their Joker is actually giving me hope. Oh yes, if Iyashi-san is one of them, it would be too early to play their Joker. Iyashi-san isn't one of them. That's why they got the Joker, so that they can play it before I go to the police. No, wait. That might be the trick to make me think that way in order to make me trust Iyashi. When Mion gets two choices to choose from, it's usually better to choose the one I like without thinking too much. Mion, after all, likes to guess people's intention in order to confuse them. So, when I think about a choice too much, you're already in her trap. I'm going to do as I planned. I'm going to call Iyashi after it gets dark. If he's going to become my ally, we can talk about the future. And if he isn't, that, I realize, was what I was to think about before it got dark.
Oh, cray.
Yeah.
Losing her goddamn mind. No, don't worry about calling so late. I don't get paid overtime, but I'm on duty as long as I'm here.
I started the conversation with ordinary greeting to try and gauge his reaction. There's a 50-50 chance that Iyashi is one of them. If he's their pawn, he'll either lure me out somewhere so he can arrest me, or he'll ask me where the scrapbooks are. But even if he didn't, that wouldn't prove anything. It's going to be difficult to determine if he's on my side or not. And I'd have to tell him about the scrapbooks no matter what. My heart's beating very fast. Even if I'm sure that Oishi-san is their pawn, I'd still have to make him believe it was such a crazy story. And I'd have to do that over the phone. Brain wouldn't do anything for me. That is, I know, a gamble. I have but a small chance of winning. If I didn't put my chips on the table, the game wouldn't even start. I told you a little bit about this before, but I think somebody is following me.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. I wasn't sure before, but I thought it was just my imagination, but things have changed over the past few days, and now I'm certain.
What do you mean things have changed?
A few cars have been following me. One of them is a white van with 4 men in it. They disguise themselves as gardeners, and they're actually attack units.
Attack units? You mean the Sonozaki family's death squad?
Yes. I'm pretty sure that's them. They came to my school today. I managed to escape from them in time, but it was very close.
But why would they do that? Do they think you're trying to sniff out their connection to Tomitake's murder?
Mishi-san hasn't mentioned the scrapbooks yet. It sounded rather unnatural to beat around the bush like that by mentioning Tomotake's murder. But as I hadn't told him about the scrapbooks, it could be a legitimate reaction.
Tell you the truth, I just heard some bad news. I wanted to confirm it a bit more before letting you know, but we did promise to share new information with each other. So, this is what I heard. It seems like the Sonozaki cores in Okinomiya are on the move.
Are you talking about the Sonozaki course?
Yes. You might find it a bit of a shock. They ordered their greenhorns to find a certain person.
A certain person? My heart stopped for a moment upon hearing that. Are they...
It's hard to believe, but you're the person they're looking for. They're trying to find you. I just got this information, so I don't know the reason why, but they're mentioning your name.
So, you believe my story that my life's in danger?
Yes. It matches with my information perfectly. Ryuga-san, what's going on? Do you have any idea?
What they're looking for are the scrapbooks I have. They want to know where they are, and they believe that I'm hiding them. them. They must be thinking that they'll be able to hide the information in the scrapbooks forever if they succeed in shutting my mouth. But I couldn't tell Iyashi about that yet. I answered his question by asking him a question. What about you, Iyashi-san? Do you have any idea? I can't think of anything.
No, I'm afraid I don't. It's hard to believe that the Sonozaki Corps are using their resources to capture an individual like you. But it's true. It came from a reliable source.
It might be the Sonozaki family who are after me. Not just the Sonozaki corpse.
Fucking Sonozaki family.
It's Sonozakis!
It's very unusual for them to take action like this. They only do this when one of their people runs away with their money or something like that. It's usually about some kind of trouble within the group. They've never done things like this to an honest person like you.
Well, I'm honored to be the first one, but I need you to do something other than tell me that they've never done this before.
I understand.
I mean, they kill someone, so I don't know how honest she is.
Yeah.
She killed 2 people.
Yeah.
She's a serial killer at this point.
Yeah. Understand, Ryugu-san. Please calm down. Isn't it your turn to tell me something now?
What do you mean?
Like I said, the Sonozaki Corps don't take action like this often. They might be under some kind of misunderstanding, but still, it's very unusual that they would do something like this. Are you sure you have no idea? You could have gotten them confused about something without you knowing it. My guess is that you sniffed around the Sonozaki family and found out about one of the secrets of theirs, or they think you did. You can't leave them to mobilize like that by doing nothing. What you did must have been obvious to them. Are you sure you have no idea?
Is he my ally or my enemy? I still can't figure out. This is it. Make your decision, Rena Ryugu. Maybe they're after me because I have Mio-san's scrapbooks.
Mio-san? Mio Takano? Her scrapbooks? What do you mean?
If he was my enemy, he wouldn't be able to hide his excitement. But his voice remained steady, and it didn't sound unusual when he said the word scrapbooks. Well, I met Mio-san at the library a few days before she was murdered. We talked and got along well, so she let me borrow some of her scrapbooks, in which she wrote about her studies.
Scrapbooks? Her studies?
Yes. Mio-san was studying the history of Hinaminazawa. She summed up her findings in these scrapbooks. I think when they killed Mio-san, they found out that some of her scrapbooks were missing, and also that she gave them to me.
They're after the scrapbooks? Ryugu-san, what in the world are you talking about?
She collected all her research about Hinaminazawa and its ancient past as Onigafuchi into these scrapbooks. She wrote about the origin of Oyashi Hirosama's cult in them too.
The origin of the cult of Oyashiro-sama? You mean the story about the man-eating demons?
Yes. In her research, she discovered a very important secret about Oyashi Hirosama. The secret was extremely blasphemous for the people who worship him.
I see. Those people, the most devout believers, couldn't accept the results of her research.
Oyashi was taking notes. I could hear him writing something when he spoke. They killed Mio-san, and they're trying to get at her scrapbooks. They weren't sure if I had them, so they followed me to find out. Fuck! Yawn. But I think they changed their plans yesterday. They're now trying to kill anyone they think is suspicious.
I see. That doesn't sound good at all. I'm going to arrange a security detail for you. Let me take a look at the scrapbooks, too. I might be able to find some clues about her murder.
No. I mean, they might have pawns inside the police force. So don't worry about me. I can look after myself. Same with the scrapbooks. They're going to try and destroy them. Even if they were kept at the police station.
You may be right. If the Sonozaki Corps is chasing after you because of an order from the head of the Sonozaki family, that means our enemy is the Sonozaki family itself. If so, I'm afraid I really can't guarantee that we don't have a traitor among us.
That's what I'm saying.
Comfy murder stream indeed.
Please don't worry about me. But I have a favor to ask you. It's very important.
Go ahead. What is it?
According to Mio-san's research, there's a horrifying conspiracy at work in the shadows of Hinamizawa, and it's about to be carried out in the near future.
A conspiracy? What's that about?
I got all tense all of a sudden. If I tell him everything, it's going to sound like a big lie. I should leave out the bizarre sounding parts for now. It'd actually make the story more credible. Fanatical worshippers of Iyashi Hirosama are the ones behind this conspiracy. Since the Meiji era, belief of Iyashi Hirosama has slowly disappeared, so they're trying to revive the majesty of Iyashi Hirosama that the people of Onagafuchi once worshipped.
Go on, I'm listening. I'm just writing this down.
According to Mio-san's research, the origin of the legend of Oyashi Hirosama lies in the primitive epidemic disease. People feared this epidemic disease and called it the curse of Iyashi Hirosama, and then someone, like a doctor, treated the disease, and was then worshipped by the villagers as Iyashi Hirosama himself. The village was under his control.
Oh, I see. That's interesting. Go on.
The epidemic disease was caused by a parasite unique to this region. But it became weaker with every generation, and now it doesn't do any harm to people, as you can imagine. To them, a harmless endemic disease means no curse of Iyashi Hirosama. No curse means no savior. They can't keep sanctity of Iyashi Hirosama like that.
And to revive the sanctity of Oyashiro-sama means they have to revive the endemic disease, right?
That's right. They want to recreate the legend of Iyashi Hirosama in order to make Iyashi Hirosama a deity again. That's why they're trying to create the original parasite, because it can bring back the more powerful strain of endemic disease. The true intentions of the series of mysterious deaths was to test the result of their research. And now they've finally succeeded, reenacting the maggot's disease with Tomitaki-san. It took them 5 years, and they managed to bring the parasite back to its original power.
What the hell?
Their goal is to spread the parasite. Use the cure they developed to save only those who believe in Iyashi Hirosama and create them a paradise.
Are you sure it's all true?
The scrapbooks say that most of the residents in Hinamizawa are infected by the parasite. There's medical evidence of its existence too.
I can't believe it. Damn it. That heck Oriuru's on death's door already. Yet, she just can't cross the Styx on her own? This is indiscriminate terrorism. What the hell?
The original parasite could only survive around Hinaminazawa.
I like how much Oishi's believing this.
But there's a high probability that they've improved it to be able to survive in a wider area. I wonder if he's actually believing it or just going along.
Just fucking with her.
It's going to destroy not only Hinaminazawa, but also Okinomiya, and even the entire city, or the entire prefecture.
Damn it. What should we do? Who's behind all this?
It's the three families. Most likely the Sonozaki family is in charge. But I'm not sure if Uryu is the leader or not. I can only refer to them as they. I also have no idea how far this thing reaches.
You know where they're doing all this research? I could shut it down.
I don't know. It's not in the scrapbooks either. Do you have any idea?
It must be a big facility to do that kind of research. You can use a garage or for remodeling guns or something like that. But when it comes to parasites, I don't think that would be enough.
Neil-san was a nurse at the Iyashi clinic. Do you think that could be it? I always thought that it was a bit big and fancy for a small village like Hinaminazawa.
Ah. The Iyashi clinic.
They need a specially designed facility with advanced all-right containment, among other considerations, to be able to do research on dangerous parasites like this one. It's easy to equate suspicious research with the clinic facility, but it also sounds too easy and a little cliche. At first, I thought they converted part of the clinic into a secret research center, but it actually sounds a little too unrealistic. Anyway, I don't know where it is, so please find that out. Can't you just raid some suspicious place at once?
As you know, we need a warrant for that kind of thing. There's a way I can get one even after doing a raid, but I need conclusive evidence that it was actually the research building in question in order to do that.
Hishisan is a police officer. If he's going to work as a police officer, he has to follow their rules. But they really are planning bioterrorism. There has to be a reason why they killed Nielsen so quickly. I think the reason is because their day of revival isn't far off.
Okay, I understand. I'll try to do what I can. With an unthinkable plan like this, I'd imagine it'd be difficult to keep all the Sonozaki family members on their side. I'm sure there are some who are secretly against it. I'll try to make contact with those people. Don't worry, I'm very good at things like this. Nuhu!
Some laughed to try and cheer me up. I was upset with the work of the police before, but Oishi-san's positive reaction is very reliable. He's what you might call an outlaw. Oishi-san's greatest advantage to me is he doesn't exactly play by the rules. It's very encouraging that he has that kind of skill, especially since we have to act both quietly and without conclusive evidence. The police normally investigate incidents after they've happened, but this doesn't work in this case. If this incident actually occurs, it's going to be a big disaster. Neil-san exposed such a horrifying conspiracy. I'm scared.
Right? She met with the very sad end. He was burned in a drum in the mountains of Gifu. I feel very sorry for her. Oh, right. I forgot to tell you something. We found something odd about her death.
Something odd?
Well, at first I thought it had something to do with the case. But after hearing your conspiracy story, it's going to sound like nothing. The crime lab probably just made a mistake.
Please tell me. I want to know. We promised to tell each other everything, didn't we?
I don't mean to hide it. It's just that it might sound like a silly horror story. Yugi-san, do you remember the night of the Watanagashi? After the festival? You and your 4 friends talked with Tomitake and Takano, didn't you?
Yes, we did. We just talked for a few minutes or so, I think.
Well, we found Takano's dead body that night, but the crime lab in Gifu Prefecture said that she'd been dead for 24 hours when she was found. But that doesn't make sense. If that's true, she had to be dead the night before the festival.
What's that supposed to mean?
What's up, Jelly?
I know, Jelly. I'm confused. If she was found dead on the night of the Watanagashi, she'd been dead for 24 hours. That means...
In short, it means she was already dead on the night of the Watanagashi. So, the Takano whom you saw on that night was a zombie? I got you, didn't I? Nah. Well, like I said, I think they just made a mistake.
I felt my brain freezing over. My she's on laughed. Saying it sounded like a horror story from summer camp. But actually, the fact that Miyasan's time of death was off backed up her incredulous theories. I hadn't mentioned this one to Oishi or Keiichi.
I showered so I'm no longer stinky. That's good, Jelly. I'm proud of you.
If I did, they'd start to doubt everything else that I said. That's how absolutely unbelievable this theory is. At any rate, the mismatch with the time of Miyasan's death means a lot. What irony. Miyasan came up with the theory, and she proved it correct with her own life. No, not yet. This doesn't prove anything yet. If her theory is true, it might happen again. There's no way. It can't be true. I still can't believe it. But Oishi-san just said it. He said Miyasan was already dead on the night of the Watanagashi. That means that Miyasan was the one who was walking arm in arm with the Tomitake-san on the night. Wasn't Miyasan. Miyasan was already dead, so that wasn't her. That means she was. I felt a new sensation, one I never felt before. It wasn't an ordinary kind of dread. It was fear of the truth. No, fear is worse than fear of accepting the truth you don't want to believe. Compared to this fear, the fear of being stalked by the Sonozaki family and being burned alive in an oil drum looks silly. That's how deep of a fear I felt. I felt it crawling all over my body.
Gugu-san, please listen to me. I understand you don't trust the police. It's true that the Sonozaki family has control over the entire city. There are some traitors in my station too, but you're in danger. You can trust me. I want you to trust me as an individual person. I can provide shelter for you. It's in a place nobody knows but me. Trust me.
I don't doubt Oishi at this point. I actually think he's very reliable. I would have said yes without a second thought. But the situation has drastically changed. If Mio-san's death backs up this unbelievable truth, I trust Oishi. I believe he'll find the enemy and take them down. But I'd rather protect myself on my own than let someone else do it. If the unbelievable truth is real, then I couldn't trust anybody except myself. And even myself might appear before me too. Oishi-san, thank you so much. Anyway, please find their research center and put a stop to their conspiracy. I'm gonna go hide somewhere for a while. I'll call you again. I noticed I've been on the phone for a long time. I've been using this phone booth with a light on in the middle of the darkness. In other words, I've been telling everybody I'm here.
Hello. Hello. She hung up. Or she wanted to talk more. Clicked his tongue and put the phone down. His junior, Kumagi, rushed into the room. Do I do Kumagi?
Oishi-san. It's getting really bad now. The one who gave the Sonozaki course the order to find Rena Ryugu was Tatsuyoshi Kasai.
Uh-oh. Asai? Akane Sonozaki's right-hand man? Tatsuyoshi Kasai was a
He
pretty...
just looks like Kuma-san with a weird mustache.
Yeah. Pretty much.
They have the same haircut, basically.
Yeah. Tatsuyoshi Kasai was a pretty high-ranking big shot, even among the boss's younger brothers. He used to be the boss of a subordinate branch, but after suffering a bad injury during a gang war, he stepped down, and now he served as the boss's aide. Akane Sonozaki relies especially on him, and as her right-hand man, he's still feared even now. When Kasai moves, other gangs consider it a declaration of war. They fear him very much. He's a warrior among warriors. He's been lying low these days, but he's led countless numbers of gang wars. But he was also the leader of the professional tech squadron that went to the US to receive military training during the CAM conflict. They were crazy enough to think of attacking the Ministry of Construction for real.
Well, maybe they don't look similar. Maybe my mind was playing a trick because they were in the same position and then they're about the same height, and my brain is like, brr, brr, brr.
Brr, brr, brr.
Brr, brr, brr. I'm like really tired.
It
looks like they're causing an uproar among our informants.
That's your male voice?
A more manly voice.
They're saying that Ryugu must have found some kind of information that's very convenient for the Sonozaki Corps.
I'm impressed at how to the point our informants actually are. No. Still, this is getting serious.
Sato-san thinks it's the tape Oreo and the Ministry of Construction recorded during their secret negotiations. If that's true, it's going to cause quite a few deaths.
This is more serious than Noruishi had thought. If her story is true, this is a massive conspiracy. It's going to cause more than quite a few deaths. It might destroy the entire village, or even the entire prefecture. This is going to be the biggest terrorist strike in history. Rena Ryugu is in danger. Uma-chan. Arrange an unmarked patrol car to keep watch at her house. As of today, we're going to put Rena Ryugu under protection. She's convinced she's being threatened by the gang. I'll talk to the section manager later.
Well, actually, Rena Ryugu seems to have run away from home.
A police officer confirmed that a lot of money disappeared from her father's cash box. Sounds like she took it and ran away. And I also had a call about a car belonging to the Sonozaki course, parked in front of her house too.
What? Why didn't you tell me that sooner? Rena is in great danger. He wasn't calling me from her house then. We need to find her right away. Get me a car. Arrest the people parked in front of her house. And get some guys over here. They're coming with me.
To forward.
Yes, sir.
And forward caller ID.
Did they have it back then?
I'm at a payphone trying to call home.
What? No. What? Rena-san wasn't at home? It's pretty late.
Yes. Been waiting in front of her house for a while, but she didn't come home.
Maybe she's at a friend's place. She might be at Sis's house with her other friends, doing their club activities or whatever.
Dion was laying down on the sofa, picturing her sister and her friends fooling around and playing games like they always did. I thought so too, so I stopped by Mion-san's house, but Rena-san wasn't there either. Mion-san was worried about her too.
Oh, really? You gotta get in the way of my computer again, Cat? Well, I wonder what happened to her. Hmm?
Might have been caught by some hoodlum, though that would be unusual. I already told my staff to look for her just in case.
I don't think that's what happened. She's not as weak as she looks.
Anyway, why did she want to see me? Oh yeah, I remember. She wanted to see Kasai. So she was like making an excuse to see him. Now he's like, what the fuck? Kasai took off his jacket. Dion only told him to go see Rena because she heard that Rena had requested to see him in person.
Oh! I thought I told you. She said she found something you lost. Rena-san wanted to give it back to you in person. Hey, I guess she likes you or something.
Oh, please. Anyway, I hope she's alright. But then, the phone rang. Kasai answered it while listening his tie. Yes. Yes. I understand. At once. Kasai sounded very serious, and Shion immediately figured out who he was talking to.
Who was it? Was it my father?
Yes. The Sonozaki family has sent out an order to find Rena-san right away and bring her to the main house.
You mean, or he'll give the order? I wonder what Rena-san did. Will she have to peel off her own fingernails? I hope Oreo goes easy on her. Move your fluffy bottom. Move your fluffy bottom!
Caller
No.
ID was invented in the mid-80s but didn't get popular in 1990 or so. So this was the early 80s, 83.
Move.
So yeah, it makes sense they wouldn't have it, I guess.
Move. Poor girl.
What the fuck?
I don't know. It's gay cheese.
Rena hasn't come home yet?
No. Sorry. I heard she ran away from home and she's hiding somewhere.
Hiding somewhere? What do you mean?
Also, I got this information. It seems the police are looking for her.
What?
An unmarked patrol car is watching her house right now. It seems like there are several patrol cars looking for her in the village. Uncle Kimiyoshi received a call from the police too. He was told to use the town network to find out if anybody knows where she is.
Do you think they found the corpses we hid? Hid them deep in the mountains. They couldn't have found them that easily.
No, that's 100% impossible. I guarantee you that.
Wow, how can you be so sure?
Well, I know, Mion. Yeah. To tell you the truth, I let the Sonozaki family take care of them. They moved the bags to a secret place, so they're down the well.
Oh. Yeah. Secret place?
Calm down. Don't worry about it. I heard that there's a major logging project happening this summer on that mountain where we hid the corpses. So I arranged help and took care of it.
Oh, that's smart. I see. You're a very reliable person when you're on my side, but you'd be a very scary person to have as an enemy.
I recommend that you never underestimate me.
So, it's not the corpses they're after. Then why are the police trying to find her?
I don't know. But it seems like the gang members know that Tepe Hojo and Rena Mamiya were trying to blackmail the Ryugu family. So that might be the reason why the police are after Rena. I don't think they consider her a suspect yet. But they probably want her as a material witness.
It started in the US, so they wouldn't have it, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. That's the same thing. Damn it. Rena finally regained her peaceful life. I'm not going to let them ruin it. Mion, we need to help her.
Of course. I already told my family in Okinomiya to find her before the police can. You can trust the Sonozaki family. We can protect her from the police. 120% guaranteed.
God damn, 120?
Yeah.
But just
I'll
finding
give 20% more. It's a cool factor.
But just finding her first isn't going to solve the problem. We have to do something to clear her of suspicion.
I'll think about that after we found her. We can make up as many alibis as she needs, and as many witnesses for the alibis as necessary. We have good lawyers, too. We'll never abandon our friends when they're in trouble. Dwarven vow number 7. Justice and love will always win.
Is that so?
Yes.
That's right. We can save Rena. Damn it, I wish we could do more than depend on you, Mion.
Well, don't worry about it. It's okay to let someone else handle the situation when the person is better at it. And this old man will take care of everything. Also, I'll create an alibi for to fool the cops watching the whole village. Yeah, that's 7. Dwarven vow number 7 is justice and love will always prevail. We'll say Rena was spotted near Gokura. The wider the search area, the fewer policemen in the one place.
Gee, that's a great idea.
I think 3 is don't lie. This is like nothing to us. We did more during the damn conflict. I'll protect Rena. And Kei-chan, Rena trusts you more than anybody. So she might come to you. If she does, please protect her. And give me a call right away.
Yeah, will do.
Rena's a strong girl. She should be fine. She can overcome this.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think so too.
Possibly.
I hesitated to say something. Rena hadn't been her normal self lately. If she was a normal self, I'd have no doubt that she could overcome this. But Rena's deeply convinced that Takano-san's delusions are true. Rena believed that Sonozaki family's behind the conspiracy. I'm not sure if she trusts the Sonozaki family to protect her.
Don't worry, I'm her friend too. She'll understand once I sit down and talk to her. Just like Kei-chan and I cleared up our misunderstanding. I can do that with her. Oh, I can't believe you believe such crazy stories, though.
Well, I can't believe I did either. It's going to be the most embarrassing thing to ever happen in my life. I really was deeply convinced until I talked to Mion. Even after the promise of friendship we made, I doubted her. Takano-san was endowed with magic, and I think the scrapbooks she wrote also carried a spell. The scrapbooks can make people go mad. The forbidden scrapbooks. Nobody was supposed to read them. Rena is captivated by the power of that magic, even after Takano-san's death. I have to wake her up. I've got a very bad feeling about it.
Oh, I'm sorry, someone's at the door. It might be the police. I have to go now.
Okay.
I'll tell them that Rena is hiding in Kokura. If they ask you something, just keep telling them that you don't know anything.
Okay, got it.
Remember, always plead the fifth.
Mion waited for my answer, then hung up the phone. After she hung up, I slowly started to feel like Rena was being consumed by some huge, unthinkable fate. It's not only the police I'm worried about. I'm also worried because Rena is ensnared by the power of Takano-san's magic. I feel like she might be suffering from incredible anxiety. Oh, right. Rena might be hiding at her secret base in the garbage dump. Rena once told me that she used to spend her time where Rena-san was at her house. And she told me that she hid the scrapbooks there too. If she's hiding there, she must be hungry by now. I should bring her something to eat. I went to the kitchen to look for some junk food. My mother looked confused. Mom! I'm going to go somewhere, but I'll be right back.
Ma'am.
Mom!
At this time? Oh, sorry. It's late. It's late.
It's more importante. I promise I'll be right back. And if Rena comes here while I'm gone, let her stay in my room. Let her stay in the room.
I want you in my room, bro.
I'll be there shortly after. And if someone calls and asks you if you know where she is, just tell them you don't know and hang up, okay? My mom looked angry that I was leaving the house at so late an hour, but I rushed out of the house before she could say anything. I grabbed a flashlight from the wall of the garage, got on my bicycle, and sped off into the darkness. The moon looked beautiful, but in a creepy way. I feel like something terrible is going to happen. I don't know what it is, but I know it's coming. Something is going to happen. The moon, seemingly knowing just that something will be, looked like it was laughing at us, pacing back and forth in confusion. Damn it. Laugh all you want. Laugh at this funny story as much as you want. I'm not going to laugh. I'm going to fight. I'm going to smash through whatever fate is waiting for us. Rena, I hope you're there. Maybe my bicycle needs some oil? It was making a lousy noise as I pedaled. Damn it, even my bicycle's laughing at us. Oh shit. So like, all these misunderstandings are just coming to head to explode right now. Oh dear. Damn. New tip. You want to read this index?
Yeah. I finished talking to Iyashi on the phone, and soon left the phone booth, I realized something, and a chill ran through my spine. I was in the phone booth that stood out tremendously in the dark. Somebody must have seen me. I'm certain I was being watched. I saw glowing eyes staring back at me in the dark. It wasn't human. Was it an illusion? No. I knew who they were. They were the ones controlling the three families who ruled Hinaminazawa. Its eye level was too low to be human, and its outline was vague. I knew it was from the past records. They were physically frail. Silhouette, which indicated its inhuman appearance, was unbelievably unrealistic. Especially its protruding head. One of the scrapbooks I received from Mio-san described their appearance in detail. Their eyeballs were pure red like blood, and their bodies smelled like ammonia. Even though some of them have at times been captured around the world, all of them melted or disappeared, leaving no trace behind. The only traces remaining are marks, proving their descendants on Earth. Right then, the impossible, unrealistic silhouette took a step closer and got closer and closer towards me, making an unrealistic sound as it crunched across the gravel. The noise pulled me back to reality. Don't come any closer, you monster! It kept walking towards me. It sounded like it was kicking pebbles everywhere. Everywhere it walked. It was coming closer and closer. I was scared, and I said the same thing once again. And this time, the glass door on the phone booth was it started to rattle and shake and bang. It made weird sounds as it began to being struck by something. I screamed loudly in fear and started running. It was so hard that I felt my lungs. I ran so hard that I felt my lungs. I ran so hard that it felt like my lungs were about to explode. And then I looked back to find that thing was no longer chasing after me. And she stopped, and then she heard footsteps again. Just kidding. Was it my imagination? No. There's no way. It was just my imagination. I definitely heard the sound of gravel being kicked and the phone booth rattling. But I needed to calm down. Right now, I need to make my heart stop beating so fast. I have to fight them eventually. The next time they appeared, I was going to strike back at them. I was going to squash their heads with my big hatchet. I'd protect Hinaminazawa. It was my duty to do so. I wouldn't allow them to do whatever they wanted. I saw the lights flickering in my head again. Ow.
Lady be tripping.
She done be tripping. She done be tripping.
She's losing her heckin' mind.
She's losing her heckin' mind.
Alright, we're gonna stop here. Poor Index falls asleep again. Alright, everybody.
I won't deny that I almost did a second time.
Alright, everybody. Thank you all for coming up to hang out with us. That was quite a fucking weird episode. For lots of fucking conspiracies and shit. Yeah, let's read Spooky Pengu. He's playing Dead by Daylight.
Oh, nice.
Fuck yeah.
When are you playing Higurashi next?
One day, probably.
Monday.
Now we're gonna do it every day in text from now on. Every fucking day.
Every day.
Stabby raid. Stabby raid. Oh, Stabby conspiracy raid, we'll say that.
Stabby-spiracy. Stabby-spiracy.
Give us your fish. Penguin. Because he's a fucking penguin, he has to have fish. He's full of
Yeah.
shit. He's full of shit if he says he doesn't have any.
Or maybe he's full of the fish that we were trying to take.
Oh, because he ate it, huh?
Yeah, because he ate it all.
What a jerk. What a heckin'
That's
jerk.
why penguins are so round. They eat all the fish.
Oh my god, here you go fat shaming me again.
I'm not fat shaming you! It's not fat shaming when I think you're adorable.
Aw. That's cute.
It's not fat shaming when I think you're cute.
Oh shit.
I legitimately love little round penguins, though.
You do?
Like you know when you're at the zoo and you just see the little round penguins and their little tummies are just like all puffy and it's like I just want to rub the bellies.
I don't think people liked penguins as much as they did until I started VTubing, to be honest. And I got all these people saying how fucking cute I am. And I'm like, oh, okay.
It's because otters are cuter.
What did you just say?
Because they're utterly adorable.
Oh.
Timid! Let me go with doing my puns. Shut up.
Alright, everybody. Well, thank you for hanging out. Sorry that Index yawned so much. Jesus Christ, it's making everybody sleepy now.
Oh my god, no.
Fuck. I got a coworker who yawns all the fucking time. And I'm like, damn it, dude. Because he doesn't get good sleep, and then he makes us all tired. Jerk. Damn it.
Well, I woke up at like 5 a.m.
Okay. You get more than 4 hours of sleep tonight, Index.
I'm try. I have work.
Alright. Goodbye, everybody. See you on the raid. Bye-bye.
Yeah. What time do I have work?